A service of KIBMradio.com, the Internet's home for an all old-time radio.
Costello program brought to you by Camel, the cigarette that's first in the service according to actual sales records. See if your throat and your taste don't make Camel a first with you, too. Find out for yourself. Listen to the great rhythms of Freddie Rich and his orchestra, the swingy singing of Connie Haynes. And this being Thanksgiving Day, we recall this touching scene. As the good ship Mayflower landed at Plymouth Rock, the captain shouted to the Indian chief,
Costello, do you realize it's 7 o'clock? Where have you been?
Oh, Abbott, I just came from your house. And have I got news for you?
What is it?
Your cat just had chickens.
My cat had chickens?
Yep.
My cat had chickens?
Yep.
You mean kittens. Cats don't have chickens.
What was that you brought home in a paper bag last night?
Chickens.
Well, your cat just had them.
You mean that cat ate my chickens?
He swallowed the chickens, bag and all.
Why didn't you take them away from him?
You know me, Abbott. I ain't the type that would let the bag out of the cat.
I
read that wrong, huh?
Well, I've got plenty of other food around the house.
Well, by the way, Abbott.
What?
Seeing that this is Thanksgiving Day,
yes,
I hate to think of you eating alone.
What do you mean?
What do you say to having Thanksgiving dinner with me?
Well, why, that's mighty fine of you, Costello.
Good.
At what time?
8 o'clock at your house.
Oh, no. You'll get no turkey at my house.
Then how about a little duck?
Duck?
Yeah, that's a chicken with snowshoes on.
Hey, look. I'm sorry, Costello. You can't come to my house for Thanksgiving. I'm having a dinner for the Snooty set.
Oh, the Snooty set.
You heard me.
No, I'm not good enough to eat with pigs.
No. Will you listen to me, please?
I'm listening.
Tonight I'm entertaining a few of the 400.
A few of the 400?
Yes.
That's 800 altogether.
No. Just the 400.
That's what I said.
That's what I said.
That's your line.
Yes.
Thank you.
Well,
just because they weigh a little more than me, that don't make them any better than I am.
No, talk sense, please. I couldn't have you at my house. This is going to be a very classy affair. Why, I have a little silver tray to brush the crumbs on.
Crumbs?
Mm-hmm. Certainly. Don't you have crumbs at your table?
Sure, Abbott. You're welcome anytime.
There you go. You have absolutely no finesse.
No what?
I said you have no finesse.
What would I do with a furnace? In California, you don't need a furnace. If it gets cold, we turn on the gas heater.
All right, Costello. Look, I didn't say...
Or the radiator.
I didn't say...
He's getting like boy,
All right, look, please.
Furnace.
All right. I didn't say furnace in the first place. I said finesse. Look.
You don't know what you're saying.
All right, you're getting me all mixed up here. Look, I'm trying to tell you. Listen to me, please. Your table manners are terrible. The last time you had dinner at my house, you did nothing but reach across the table and grab for the food.
Well, what was wrong with that?
What was wrong with that? You've got a tongue, haven't you?
Yeah, but I can reach further with my arm.
There you go again, Costello. You see, you know nothing at all about the proper way to eat. You have no etiquette.
I got no what?
You have no etiquette.
Etiquette?
Yes, you heard me.
You don't even know how to say the word. Etiquette.
Yeah.
You dope.
What do you mean?
You mean antiquity.
No. It's etiquette.
Well, etiquette and antiquity, it's the same thing
All right,
anyway.
so what?
Well, I'll go out and I'll buy one of them books on etiquette by Emily Pillar.
Emily Pillar?
Yeah.
That's Emily Post.
Okay, I'll read the both of them.
Both of them?
I'll go from pillar to post.
Well, you should read that book, Costello. It will tell you a lot of things. For instance, which is proper to use when eating peas, a fork or a spoon?
I don't use either one.
Well, how do you eat your peas?
Oh, I just slide my lower lip under the plate and bank the peas off the mashed potatoes.
Costello?
Sometimes the mashed potatoes dodge in my ears.
Yes, I can imagine.
Sloppy, huh?
Yeah. Costello, you haven't got the brains of a 2-year-old child.
Oh, I wouldn't say that.
Why not?
Look at the difference in our ages.
The way you act, I could never have you at my table.
Look, Abbott, if you know so much about manners, just answer me this one thing.
What is it?
Which hand do you stir your coffee with?
I stir my coffee with my right hand.
That's funny. Most people use a spoon.
That's no laughing matter. that settles it, Costello.
You ain't got no etiquette.
Yeah, that settles everything. I was just about to break down and invite you for dinner. But now you had to be a smart aleck, didn't you?
Wait a minute, Abbott.
Yeah, you did.
Wait a minute.
Now?
You're my old pal.
I can't help it.
You can't do this to me.
Well, I did.
You gotta invite me to dinner on Thanksgiving. I ain't got no place to go.
I'm sorry.
You can't let your old friend starve. Look at me, Abbott.
Yeah.
I only weigh 90 pounds now.
90 pounds? Why, you're 56 inches around the waist.
Yeah, but I'm hollow.
All right, look. All right. You can come to dinner, Costello. But you'll have to make yourself useful. Now, get there early and wait on the table.
Well, why should I wait on a table? Why can't I wait in Apollo with the rest of the people?
No, you dummy. I
don't want to sit on your table waiting.
I want you to help with the serving. Now, the first course will be hors d'oeuvres. Of course, you know what hors d'oeuvres are.
Yeah, that's French for leftovers.
No. Costello, hors d'oeuvres are snacks. Now, you take care of the ladies first. It's up to you to see that each lady gets a snack.
Are their husbands going to be there?
Certainly.
Then I ain't going to do it.
What? Do what?
I ain't going to go around snacking the ladies. Their husbands are liable to come around and snack me.
On second thought, you'd better stay out in the kitchen and help with the oyster dressing.
Why, Abbott,
What's the matter?
what you said.
Well, what's wrong?
You ought to be ashamed of yourself. Talking that way to a boy of my age.
What do you mean?
I'm just at the age of picking things up like that.
Well, what's
too.
wrong?
Why, it's a good thing my mother isn't here. Oh, the shame of it all.
What are you talking about?
How dare you ask me to help with the oyster dressing?
What do you mean?
Now, look, Abbott. I didn't mind when you said I had to wait for you on a table. And I was only mildly surprised when you asked me to snack all the ladies, especially in front of their husbands. But when you have the nerve to ask me to go out in the kitchen and dress a bunch of naked oysters, you not only humilify me, but you have impugned on my good name.
Tomorrow on the back cover of Life magazine, you'll see a very stirring set of pictures under the title Pair of Aces Back to Back. A Navy Dauntless dive bomber attacking a Japanese carrier. Notice, too, the pair of flyers, the pair of aces in the lower left-hand corner. And read the words they're saying. I quote, Camel's our cigarette. Suits the throat and the taste to a T. Unquote.
C-A-M-E-L-S.
Camels, they're aces with the aces. Could be with you, too. Here is Freddie Rich with Jabba Junction.
Costello, you have to cut out that singing in the kitchen. You're disturbing the guests.
Well, but I always sing when I'm making sour milk biscuits.
Sour milk biscuits?
Sure.
We haven't got any sour milk.
Well, you will have when I get through singing. And Mammy's little baby loves shotgun.
All right,
Nelson Eddy better save his money.
all right, look. Cut that out. Look, what are you doing there? What's all that stuff you're putting in?
How to do it.
What did she say?
First, I got to put in 2 tubs of butter.
2 tubs of butter.
Sure, it says right here in the cookbook. Butter, 2 TBS tubs.
That's tablespoons.
I threw them in, too.
You threw... what else did you put in there?
I put in some flour, salt, baking powder, and 3 gullops of molasses.
3 gullops. What are gullops?
You know, Abbott, when you pour the molasses out of the jug, it goes gullop, gullop, gullop. I put in 3 of those.
Look, Costello, I don't want you to do any cooking. I've got a chef coming here to take care of that. I thought you'd be out here singeing the feathers off the goose.
Doing what?
Singeing. Don't you know how to singe?
Sure, I know how to singe. I was singeing when you came in. My name is Rita, baby.
No.
I'm a good singer.
Yeah, no. Singeing gets the down off the goose. Didn't you ever get down off a goose?
Oh. Did you read that right?
Yeah. Well, didn't you?
Did I ever what?
Didn't you ever get down off a goose?
No, I got down off a horse.
No.
I never rode a goose.
No.
That was fictional.
Oh, thank goodness. Here comes the chef.
Ayan, Chokrandi, at cooking ay madyandi.
Kitzel, don't tell me that you're the cook.
Could be, yes. You know something over in Paris? I am known as the famous French chef Pierre Rene.
You're the great Rene?
That I am, yes.
Then what are you doing in California?
Oh, I always come here in the Rene season.
The Rene season?
Yes.
This guy's a washout.
Never mind that, Costello. Look, we've got to get my Thanksgiving dinner cooked, please. Kitzel, you'll find all the utensils in that big cupboard over there.
Oh, pispas utensils. Who needs your utensils? I brought along my own pot.
That's the first pot I ever saw with a belt around it.
Costello, please, keep out of this. Kitzel, do you know anything about cooking game?
Do I know how to cook game? Why, I'm cooking the finest pinochle you ever tasted.
You cook pinochle?
Sure, pinochle and sauerkraut.
Oh.
Look, Kitzel, I don't want to get personal, but why don't you pull in your tongue? Nobody ordered cold cuts.
Ooh.
Look, never mind that, Costello. Kitzel, get busy, please, and get the dinner ready.
No. Just a second, my little man. Don't get excited. First, I got to open my little bag and get out my chisels and saws.
What chisels and saws?
Chisels and cranberry sauce.
You know, Kitzel, it's too bad you didn't bring your monkey wrench.
Well, for goodness sake, what would I be doing with a monkey wrench?
Well, you could tighten the nuts on a fruitcake.
Oh.
Costello, please. Will you get busy and help Kitzel? I'm going into the living room and see if any of my guests have arrived yet. Sebastian! Shut off that radio! Shut it off! My Sebastian.
Well, I just come over to help you out, Uncle Bud, and I thought the guests would like some nice romantic music.
Romantic music?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, that tiger isn't romantic music.
It is to another tiger.
All right. Now, look, Sebastian, if you're going to hang around here, you'll have to behave yourself. Now, this is going to be a very formal Thanksgiving dinner. The men will all wear tails.
Tails? Who's coming? Mickey Mouse?
Now, will you please listen, Sebastian? It will be your job to usher the people into the dining room. I will sit at the head of the table. Ken Niles will sit on my right hand, and Connie Haynes will sit on my left hand.
Ken Niles is going to sit on your right hand?
That's right.
And Connie Haynes will sit on your left hand?
That's right.
How are you going to eat? With your feet?
No. Look, when you get all the people seated, you go to the kitchen. Then when I ring this little dinner bell, your brother will hand me the carving knife, and you give me the bird.
In front of everybody?
That'll do, Sebastian. Now go out in the kitchen and make some ice water. And I do hope you can make ice water.
Yeah, sure. You just peel an onion.
An onion?
Yeah, that'll make your eyes water.
Sebastian, ice water is frozen water.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah.
Then what is frozen ink?
I stink.
You'll get no argument out of me, right?
What?
Connie Haynes in a current revival of a great song, The Sunny Side of the Street.
Grab your coat and get your hat. Leave your worry on the doorstep. Just direct your feet to the sunny side of the street. Can't you hear a bit of pain? And that happy tune is your step. Life can be so sweet on the sunny side of the street. I used to walk in the shade with those blues on parade, but I'm not afraid. If rovers crossed over, if I never have a stay, be rich as Rockefeller. Gold dust at my feet on the sunny side of the street. I used to walk in the shade with those blues on the red, but I'm not afraid. This rover, yeah, I crossed over. If I never have a cent, I'll be rich as Rockefeller. Oh, dust at my feet on the sunny side of the street.
You have read in the papers how people are smoking so much more and how cigarettes are being shipped to our fighting men overseas in huge quantities. And if your dealer occasionally should say, sorry, sir, we're out of Camels today, don't let that stop you from asking for Camels the very next time you're buying cigarettes. Remember that Camel's rich, full flavor and kind, cool mildness make Camels worth asking for again and again. Because war or peace, Camel is still Camel. And your T-zone, that's T for taste and T for throat, will confirm that statement. C-A-M-E-L-S. Camels, now as always, the cigarette of costlier tobaccos. And now, ladies and gentlemen, we take you to the home of Bud Abbott, where a formal Thanksgiving dinner is about to be served. Costello has been working in the kitchen all day like a dog, but he is now ready to face the guests. Let us look in on this dog face.
Costello, the guests are arriving. Open the door and announce them as they come in.
Announcing Mr. and Mrs. Ned Blank, Mr. and Mrs. Phil Klesner. Announcing Lord Pipsqueak, Knight of the Garter, Lord Beaverboard, Knight of the Bath, and Hetty Lamar.
Hetty Lamar isn't here.
I was thinking of another night.
Young man, how dare you leave me standing here? Kindly take my card and announce me.
Okay. Hillside, 2183. Ask for Hazel. If a man answers, hang up.
Oh.
Wrong card! Wrong card!
That isn't my card.
Sorry, I got that mixed up with one of my own.
Costello, what's your manners?
Okay.
This is Lady Jennifer Cookie Cutter.
That's right, old boy. My home, you know, is at Glendinning on the Tyne.
Glendinning on the Tyne? Then you must know my great Aunt Harriet. The old girl is bowlegged, you know.
Oh, from Glendinning on the Tyne?
No, from hitchhiking on oil trucks.
All right, that's enough, Costello. Take Lady Jennifer's coat and I'll escort her to the table.
Oh, by all means, the table. Oh, I'm so hungry I could eat a horse.
Costello, get that horse out of here.
Get out of here!
Get out of here!
Get out of here!
And please, bring Lady Jennifer a cocktail.
Yes, make it a martini with a black olive.
You drink martinis with a black olive?
Yes, I'm in mourning for my husband.
If I was you, Lady Jennifer, I would lay off those martinis. They're pretty hot.
Costello, what makes you think they're hot?
Because I just poured one. When I dropped the olive in, the olive stuck out its pimento.
By the way, Mr. Abbott, I have a little Thanksgiving present for you. A nice fat Belgian hare. I raised them, you know.
Oh, thank you, Lady Jennifer. Costello, take Lady Jennifer's hair.
Take her what?
Take her hair and put it in the icebox.
Okay, Abbott.
No, you fool!
Costello, now look what you've done. Speak to Lady Jennifer.
Hello, Baldy.
I've never been so insulted in all my life.
Come, Lady Jennifer. I'll show you one of the table. I'll show you...
Get the line right, not under that table.
No, I'm sorry, Mrs. Jennifer. I'll show you to the table.
Very well. You may take my arm.
Does that come off, too?
Costello, get busy and serve the dinner. And remember, I don't want to see your thumb in the soup.
Okay.
Lord Beaverbrook. Pardon me, Mr. Beaverboard.
Quite all right.
It's quite all right, please. What part of the turkey would you like?
Well, I'm a flyer.
I'll take the wing. And pretty rich.
Well, I'm a musician. I'll take the drumstick.
And Sebastian, what part of the turkey would you like?
Well, you can skip me. I'm a sit-in kid.
I hope somebody will remember me. I like the neck.
I like the neck, too, Connie. I'll meet you out on the front porch.
Costello, keep quiet and save the soup. And remember, I don't want to see your thumb in it.
Okay, I'll fix that.
Oh! Somebody turn off the light! Turn on the light, somebody!
There, the lights are on. What's the trouble, Lady Jennifer?
Oh, my necklace is gone. Somebody's stolen my pearl necklace.
Quick, Costello, call the police.
Please!
Well, no. Use the French phone.
I don't speak French.
Oh, here. Please, here. I'll call him. Operator, give me the police. Hurry up. Hello, police department. This is Bud Abbott's home. There's been a robbery here. Come over at once.
Well, here we are. We're from headquarters.
What took you so long? What took you so long?
So long?
What, are you leaving already?
Now, shut up, you. You look suspicious. Stick up your hands and reach for the ceiling.
Okay, but I know I won't make it.
Officer, there's been a robbery here. The lights went out and somebody stole Lady Jennifer's pearl necklace.
A stolen necklace, eh? Somebody will get the jug for this.
Sounds like you've had it already.
Come on, line up against the wall, and you too, fat boy. What's your name?
Honest Lou Costello.
Costello, eh? Ain't you got a relative doing time at Alcatraz?
Yes, sir. That's my Uncle Stebbins. They put him in for something he didn't do.
For something he didn't do?
Yeah, he didn't wipe off his fingerprints when he robbed the bank.
Now get in line there. I'll take this gentleman first. What's your name?
Lord Beaverford.
Where were you sitting when the necklace was stolen?
Well,
You lie!
Ouch!
How long have you known Lady Jennifer?
Well,
You lie!
Ouch!
Gets rid of him fast, don't he? All right, Sergeant. Drag this man out of here. Now, Costello, you're next.
I think there are others ahead of me.
I'm ready to take you now.
But I don't want to be selfish. Women and children first.
Sit down there in the chair.
Just a minute. Who are you shoving? Who are you shoving?
I'm shoving you, and what about it?
I just wanted to be sure.
Now, where was you when the lights went out?
I was.
You lied.
I expected it.
Ouch!
What's the matter?
Look what he did.
Did you hurt your head?
No, but he broke my shoelaces.
Shut up, you. Now I'm going to question the little boy here.
Oh, no. Not that. You can't question my little brother Sebastian.
And why not?
There's only one head between us. I'm playing both parts.
Oh, just a moment, officer. There's been a horrible mistake. My pearls weren't stolen at all. They slipped off my neck into my tapioca.
Well, leave them there. You look better wearing tapioca. What happened to Costello?
But wait a minute. There's one thing I can't understand, Costello. Who turned out the lights when you were serving dinner?
I turned them out, Uncle Bud,
Sebastian. Why did you turn the lights off?
because you said you didn't want to see Louis' thumb in the soup.
Sebastian, do you realize what you did? You almost got me arrested. Your brother. They might have thrown me in jail. Then I would have to walk around with the pallor of the prison on my noble brow. Why did you do such things to your loving brother, Sebastian?
Oh, I'm a bad boy!
Abbott and Costello will be back in a moment.
Thanks to the Yanks of the Week. Tonight we salute Lieutenant Thomas A. McKenzie of Auburn, Kentucky. Fighting off unconsciousness from flak wounds in his chest, this bombardier hero completed his bomb run without even letting his own crewmates know he was wounded. In your honor, Lieutenant McKenzie, the makers of Camels are sending to our fighters overseas 400,000 Camel cigarettes.
Each of the three Camel radio shows honors the Yank of the Week by sending free 400,000 Camel cigarettes overseas. A total of more than 1 million Camels sent free each week. In this country, the camel caravans traveling from camp to camp have thanked audiences of more than 4 million Yanks with free shows and free camels. Camel broadcasts go out to the United States 3 times a week, are rebroadcast to our men overseas and to South America. Listen tomorrow to Jimmy Durante and Gary Moore, Monday to Bob Hawke in Thanks to the Yanks, and next Thursday to Abbott and Costello. And now here are Bud Abbott and Lou Costello with the final word.
Well, Costello, now that we've done our show, let's get home and have our turkey, huh?
I think it's a good idea because I'm just about ready for it now.
Did you make the stuffing?
Yeah, I did. I made grand stuffing.
You did, huh?
Yeah, I ground up a lot of breadcrumbs, and then I put in some garlic.
Oh, that's
and then I
swell.
put in a little onions, and I put in some more garlic, then a whole lot of onions, then a whole lot of garlic, then a whole lot of more onions, then a whole lot of garlic, and a whole lot of more onions.
Wait a minute.
And then
Wait
a
a minute.
little more
Wait a minute. Did you taste it?
Taste it? I couldn't even get near it.
Oh. Good night, folks.
Good night. Good night, everybody.
Be sure to tune in next week for another great Abbott and Costello show. And remember, try Camels on your throat and your taste. See for yourself how Camel's mildness, coolness, and flavor click with you. The Abbott and Costello show for Camel cigarettes will be back at this very same time next week. Don't miss it. This is Ken Niles in Hollywood wishing you all a pleasant good night.
Ladies and gentlemen, the secret word tonight is table. T-A-B-L-E.
Nice spelling, George.
You bet your life. It's Groucho Marx in You Bet Your Life, the comedy quiz series produced and transcribed from Hollywood and brought to you with more than 3,000 DeSoto Plymouth dealers. The dealers who bring you America's most talked-about car, the distinguished 1953 DeSoto and the exciting Plymouth. See them both at your DeSoto Plymouth dealers. And now, here he is, the one, the only...
Now, where have I heard that name before? Oh, that's me! Well, here I am again with $1,000 for one of our couples. George, who is first?
Well, Groucho, we invited some Chinese girls to our program tonight, and just before we went on the air, our studio audience selected Mrs. Jenny Lee Wong. Her partner's grandfather, Mr. Jesse J. Gilbert. So, folks, would you please come in and meet Groucho Marx?
Welcome to You Bet Your Life. Say the secret word and you'll divide $100. It's a common word, something you see every day. Jesse Gilbert, huh? What's the Jesse J. Gilbert, huh? What does the J stand for, Jesse? Don't tell me you're Jesse James, huh?
Jesse James Gilbert.
Jesse James, really? Why did your folks call you Jesse James? Did your old man take one look at you and holler we was robbed?
No, I adopted the name myself when I was 7 years of age.
You admired this crook, huh?
Exactly.
Has it done you any good being associated with Jesse James?
Well, it hasn't done me any harm.
Well, we came out even on that one, Jesse. Mr. G, would you mind telling us where you were born? Not only where, but when, while we're at it.
Well, I was born 71 years ago on the top floor of a 6-story tenement in New York City.
Is that so? You don't look it. You look like you were born in Philadelphia. Jenny Lee Wong. Miss Wong, whereabouts in China were you born?
I was born in Canton, Shakai, China. I came here when I was 3 years old.
You were born in Canton? I thought that was in Ohio.
No, there's a Canton in China, too.
Do you have a job, Jenny?
Yes, I do.
What do you do?
I work at Manjin Lo Restaurant in New Chinatown.
Would you say your restaurant is a real good Chinese restaurant?
I would say it's the best in the United States.
Milton Bell told me a joke about a couple driving along the road. They're looking for a Chinese restaurant. And they finally come to one, and the girl says, there's a good Chinese restaurant, let's go in there. And the fellow driving says, how do you know it's a good Chinese restaurant? She says, well, all the Chinese truck drivers eat there. Well, that's what he told me. Now, suppose I came to your place for a genuine home-cooked Chinese dinner. What would you recommend?
Well, to start off with, I would serve you chestnut roll, let's see, and then we have ginger chicken.
Oh, I know her. She used to be in the movies. Dance with Fred Astaire.
Siu mai.
What's that?
Siu mai. It's a Chinese meatball shaped like a tulip.
A Chinese meatball shaped like a tulip?
That's right.
I know him very well. That's Charlie Chan. Well, Jesse, let's get back to you again. What do you do for a living?
I'm 50% retired.
Well, wake up and answer my question. Don't you do anything?
Yes, I'm interested in birds.
Well, don't give me any. Now, what kind of birds do you work with? Bald eagles? They say birds of a feather flock together, you know.
No, I teach parakeets how to talk.
You teach them how to talk? Well, what do you teach them? Pidgin English? How do you go about teaching a bird to talk?
Well, first you make friends with them, which is a very short process.
How? How do you make friends with them?
Teach them to perch on your finger.
Uh-huh.
Then when they're unafraid and friendly, you start in with a very short phrase of single-syllable words, such as, hello, baby.
Hello. Yeah, I did that pretty good, didn't I?
Hello, baby. And
Hello.
You keep on repeating that until the parakeet repeats it.
Mm-hmm. This is a silly question, but which is easier to teach to talk, the male or the female?
You can't teach a female parakeet how to talk.
Well, if there's anything in reincarnation, I'd like to come back as a parakeet. Right brain and all. Hello, baby. Jesse, have you always been an elocution teacher for parakeets?
No, I was once a motion picture producer in Hollywood.
Now I know why he's teaching parakeets to talk. What happened, Jesse? Why didn't you stay in the movies?
Well, when sound came in, I hadn't any foresight. I didn't think there was much of a future to talking pictures. I didn't think they would last. So I quit making motion pictures and took my accumulated capital of almost $1 million and bought stock.
When was this?
Just before the crash in 1929.
What did the broker say to you? Hello, baby. Well, I hate to change the subject, but now it's time to play You Bet Your Life. Run your $20 no more than the other couples, and you'll get a chance at the big money later. Here we go. Let's see how high I can bet you $20. You selected vocabulary quiz as your category. I'll use a word in a sentence, and you tell me the meaning of the word. Here's your first question. How much will you bet?
Let's say 1 cent. All but 1 cent.
All but 1 cent. If you were ludicrous, what would you be?
Ridiculous.
Right.
You now have $39.99.
All right, how much of this you going to bet?
Let's save a penny.
All right.
$39.98. All right. If you were penurious, what would you be?
Savings. Stingy.
That's right.
You now have $79.97.
Here's your third question. How much of the $79.97?
All but a penny.
Okay. If you were indolent, what would you be?
Lazy.
Lazy is absolutely right.
You now have $159.93.
Hey, I think you've learned something from those parakeets. Hello, baby. Thanks to the other couples. How much will you bet?
All of it.
All of it, huh?
Right.
Have you consulted it with Miss
quite all right?
Blom over here?
Quite all right.
All right. If you were taciturn, what would you be?
Quiet.
Silent,
Reticent.
reserved. That's good enough for me.
And you wind up with $319.86.
Thanks and good luck from the DeSoto Plymouth dealer.
Thank you.
Now, before we continue, here's something I want you to hear about the beautiful DeSoto.
Friends, I'd like to tell you about a few of the most talked about features in the distinguished DeSoto. First, there's DeSoto's Tiptoe hydraulic shift that lets you drive without shifting. Just turn the key to start, step on the gas, and you go from low to high in one fluid sweep of power. And DeSoto's full-time power steering makes steering as easy as dialing a telephone. It works for you all of the time, not just some of the time. DeSoto full-time power steering literally takes all of the work out of driving and parking. Then there's DeSoto's mighty 160-horsepower Fire Dome V8 engine, the world's most efficient engine design. You can release a tremendous surge of power with just a touch of your toe. And best of all, this mighty DeSoto Fire Dome engine burns regular gas. There's no need for expensive premium gas. These DeSoto features are a few of many that have set a new standard in driving pleasure for millions of Americans. Put yourself behind the wheel of a DeSoto Fire Dome 8 or a brilliant Power Master 6. Remember, both great cars let you drive without shifting.
Make a date now to try the world's finest carbide. The distinguished new DeSoto.
And remember, the dealers who sell the distinguished DeSoto also sell the beautiful Plymouth, first truly balanced car in the low-price field.
George, who's next?
Well, Groucho, we asked for some people with interesting backgrounds tonight, and here they come, Mrs. Minnie Peterson and Mr. Otto Schmidt. Would you meet Groucho Marx?
Welcome for the DeSoto Plymouth dealer. Say the secret word and you'll divide $100. It's a common word, something you see every day. Mrs. Minnie Peterson and Mr. Otto Schmidt, eh? Mrs. Peterson, I'll start with you. What is your hometown?
Salisbury, Missouri.
Where?
Salisbury, Missouri.
I thought that was a hamburger.
No, it isn't. That's right on the Wabash Railroad.
Oh, you were born on the railroad?
No, just off the railroad.
Oh. I'm just trying to keep track of you, that's all. Mrs. Pete, I don't want to pry, but could you give us some approximate idea of your age? Our radio audience, you know, can't see you. And they'd like to form some kind of a picture of our contestants.
I never tell that, but being as it's you, I'm knocking at the door at 70.
Well, how many times? How many times have you knocked, Petey?
I'm just getting ready.
What do you do for excitement, besides going around knocking on doors?
I have plenty of excitement. I'm a co-publisher of a baseball scorebook, and I have a baseball team.
You have a baseball team?
Yes, a baseball team.
Oh, what do you know about that? I'll just call you Casey, eh?
Yes, just call me Casey.
Well, who do you play for?
Well, I don't play.
You mean you quit already?
No, I have a manager that handles the team. My son, Jack, handles the team for me. The Peterson Scoremaster.
Oh.
And we play semi-pro ball in the different diamonds around in Los Angeles.
Or?
No, hardball. Oh, no, hardball.
Oh. You wouldn't condescend to softball?
No, not softball. Not these boys.
What do? You sit in the grandstand and
I have
root the
to
team
sit in the
home?
grandstand. They won't let me down in the dugout. I have to sit in the grandstand.
But do you ever get into a discussion with the umpire and, you know, what they call a rhubarb?
Oh, yes, just about every time we play.
What do you do, jump out of the grandstand and get out?
Oh, no, I just, like this and use my tongue.
Is that very effective?
Use my tongue.
Oh. Well, you must have a long tongue. What is a long tongue? That's 2,200 pounds, isn't it? As opposed to a short tongue, which is 2,000. Mr. Otto Schmidt?
Yes.
That's you. Are you married?
Yeah.
Where did you meet your wife?
In Copenhagen, Denmark.
Oh, well, snuff said. What were you doing in Denmark?
I was born there.
Oh. I thought you were left over from an old smorgasbord. Well, could you tell us the details of your first meeting?
Well, I met my wife in a church, you know. She was singing in the choir, and I liked the look of her, and I want to meet her. So one evening I met her in the street, and she was down to buy some cake with a baker, and we talked together about 7 hours.
In the street?
Yes.
You're lucky you weren't pinched for loitering. So what did you talk about for 7 hours? The expression on your face is far more eloquent than words, Mr. Smith. But it's not very practical for radio. Well, time's up for small talk. Now let's get down to serious business. Right now you're going to play You Bet Your Life. All you have to do is run your $20 into more than our other couples. And you get a chance at the big money.
The first couple leads with $319.86. And the secret word is table.
Let's see how high I can bid you $20. You selected capital cities of European countries as your category. Now, here's your first question. How much will you bet?
The whole thing.
All of it? What is the capital city of Spain?
Madrid.
Madrid is correct.
Off to a good start. You have $40.
How much of the $40?
All of it.
All of it.
All right. What is the capital city of Austria?
Austria is...
Capital city of Austria. Take a guess.
I've forgotten.
One of the most famous cities in the world. Vienna. Oh, I'm sorry.
Well, they've lost all their money, Groucho.
Well, there's no use continuing this quiz, then. I'll give you one question, and if you get this right, you'll split $25. What kind of seafood do we get from an oyster bed?
Oysters, I guess.
Oysters are correct. Sorry, didn't win more. Thanks and good luck from the DeSoto Plymouth dealers.
Well, Groucho, we asked if there were any men present tonight with unusual... Men, yes.
Oh, dreary.
Men, especially with unusual occupations. And Dr. Hereward Carrington was chosen to be on the show. And his partner is a junior high school girl, Miss Anna Glom. So, folks, would you please come in and meet Groucho Marx.
Welcome, youngsters, for the DeSoto Plymouth dealers. Say the secret word and divide $100. It's a common word, something you see every day. Mr. Hereward Carrington and Miss Anna Glom. Anna, how old are you?
12 years old.
That's a wonderful age. I had the best time of my life when I was 12. I was too old to spank and too young for the electric chair. Dr. Hereward Carrington. That's an odd name, Hereward. Where did you get it?
Well, it's a historic English character immortalized by Charles Kingsley in the book Hereward the Wake.
Uh-huh. What kind of a doctor are you?
Ph.D.
Ph.D., eh? Well, as a Ph.D., what sort of work do you do, Doc?
Well, I'm the director of the American Psychical Institute.
The American Bicycle Institute?
Not bicycle, psychical. Although I realize that many people think we psychic investigators have wheels, but that's not necessarily the case.
Well, it certainly put me in my place. Which is right on top of a bicycle. Well, tell us some more about the Psychical Institute.
Well, our work is to investigate various types of psychic phenomena, curious human experiences, such as telepathy, clairvoyance, premonitions, telekinesis, cryptesthesia, poltergeists, and so forth.
Well, it isn't often a man mentions 6 words without me understanding one of them. You didn't bring an interpreter with you, did you, Doc?
Well, the one on my right.
Oh. I gather that you're interested in ghosts. Is that right, Doctor?
Yes. Ghosts and apparitions and kindred manifestations.
Here we go again. Well, do you believe in ghosts?
Yes, though I say that 98% of the phenomena we're called on to investigate turn out to be fraudulent. But now and then we run into something that is interesting.
You and me both, Doc. Tell us about some of your experiences. What is the most unusual adventure you've had in your work?
Well, the most outstanding, striking I had was in connection with an Italian medium named Giuseppe Palladino. I had about 10 sittings in Naples and about 40 in New York. She would come into a room or a laboratory in a university, take her seat in front of a table, both hands...
Wait a minute. You said the secret word table, so you get $50?
Oh, thank you.
And the little woman over here gets $50. Well, now, would you mind proceeding with this?
When she entered the room, she would take her seat at the table, both hands, feet, and knees securely held.
By who?
By two skeptical investigators. The seance would begin in bright white light. The table would begin to tilt, move, and oscillate, and finally go bang up in the air, what we call a complete levitation. Now, I've seen hundreds of those. Seated with
She remained there?
She remained there, visible, held.
What was responsible for this levitation?
Well, we psychic investigators don't believe that when an object moves in that way that there's a spirit running around the room like a chicken. We think it's due to some mechanism, and that mechanism is an energy which is evolved or extruded from the medium's body, moving material objects in its environment.
This was a medium, huh?
Yes.
Did you ever strike a happy medium in all the times that you were investigating these cases?
Well, that's perhaps older than some of my ghosts.
You realize there's a quiz coming later in which you might win some money. Now, Anna, have you been listening to all this talk about ghosts?
Yes.
Does it scare you any?
A little. I sure wouldn't like to spend the night with a ghost in a haunted house.
Do you have any hobbies like boys with ectoplasm growing out of their hair?
Well, I am a member of the junior high players in Pacific Palisades. It's called the Pied Pipers.
Oh. Well, where did you learn acting? Are you going to a drama school, or are you just in this...
No, we learn by observing.
Well, you won't learn anything here tonight. Not unless you keep your eye on him, huh? What are some of the things you've learned about acting?
Well, we learned to make our own sets and stage projection and everything that you learn in putting on a play.
What do you mean by stage projection?
Well, speaking...
Are you projecting now?
I don't know.
Does anything exciting ever happen in an amateur theatrical?
Well, once we had made our own sets, and it was my very first stage play. It was called The Silver Thread. I was playing a princess. And,
well, I imagine you make a pretty cute princess.
And these goblins were coming to capture me, and this hero was supposed to come in and fight them off and everything and save me. And he just didn't show up, and I was looking around for him, and I looked around, and I looked at the window, and he had been stuck half in and half out with his trusty axe in one hand, and the thing had slipped down on top of it.
It's a fine position for a hero, huh? Stuck in a window pane, huh? Well, did they ever extricate him from this predicament?
Come again?
Anna, now you know how I felt when he was talking to me. Did they ever loosen this character from this window pane?
Oh, yes, we managed to do that. They did it from the outside.
I see.
They
It was an outside job, huh? Well, I hate to change the subject, but now you're going to play You Bet Your Life for a chance at the big question. I can't tell you how much you have to win, but the idea is to run you $20 into more than our other couples. And you'll get no help from the spirits, you know. All right.
The first couple still leads with $319.86.
Here we go. Let's see how high I can bid you $20. You selected characters from Alice in Wonderland, and Through the Looking Glass is your category. This should be duck soup for you over there. How much are you going to bet on your first question?
You.
Talk up your partners, you know.
18.
18?
Huh?
19?
All right.
19.
19.
Alice got into Wonderland by following an animal underground. What was the animal that Alice followed?
Rabbit.
The rabbit. The marching rabbit. The rabbit.
That's right, a white rabbit.
You now have $39.
Don't ponder around like that. You gave me heart failure. Here's the second question. How much is the 39 you're going to bet?
38.
35. 38.
38.
38. After going through the looking glass, Alice met a pair of fat twin brothers who planned to have a fight. What were they called?
Yes.
Tweedledee and Tweedle.
That's right.
You now have $77.
This is like that prince in that play. I had to pull her through the window on each one. Here's your third question. How much of the 77 are you going to go for?
76.
Talk up, kids.
76.
76.
All right. At the tea party with the Mad Hatter, a little animal kept falling asleep. What was this animal?
The mouse.
The dormouse is correct.
You now have $153.
And here's your last chance to be the other couples. How much of the 153 you're going to go for?
150.
152.
All right.
152.
152. What animal said that the time has come to talk of many things, of shoes and ships and sealing wax and cabbages and kings?
The walrus.
The walrus is correct.
And you wind up with $305.
Gee.
Thanks and good luck from the Soda Plymouth dealer.
And that means that Mrs. Wong and Mr. Gilbert, with $319.86 in just 1 minute, get the chance at the DeSoto Plymouth $1,000 question.
Fenneman, why don't you tell our audience what's so special about the Groucho Special used cars?
Oh, that's easy, Groucho. They're the finest used car values in town. You see, because the new DeSoto is so popular, your DeSoto Plymouth dealer is getting the cream of the crop in fine used cars. All great values, but just a few of the very best are being selected as Groucho Specials. These are the really exceptional used car values your DeSoto Plymouth dealer picks as the best buys in town.
My DeSoto Plymouth dealer picks them? You mean he goes all over the country picking out Groucho Specials? Doesn't that keep him pretty busy?
Now, you know better than that, Groucho. Each DeSoto Plymouth dealer picks out his own Groucho Specials.
Oh. Well, tell him about the beautiful picture on the windshield of the Groucho Specials, Fenneman.
Sure, Groucho. Folks, that's the Groucho Special sticker with Groucho's picture. The Groucho Special sticker is your dealer's way of pointing out the very best used car buys he has. Now you no longer need take a chance when you buy a used car. Just look for the Groucho Special sticker. What's more, your neighborhood DeSoto Plymouth dealer can arrange convenient budget payments for you.
Friends, visit your neighborhood DeSoto Plymouth dealer and look for the Groucho Specials. And when you drive in, tell them Groucho sent you.
And here's the winning couple, Groucho, Mrs. Wong and Mr. Gilbert, all set for the DeSoto Plymouth $1,000 question.
Of course, you realize, Mrs. Wong, that if you win this money, I expect a free meal at the Chinese restaurant.
Certainly will.
For about 200 people. All right, here we go for $1,000. Give you 15 seconds to decide on the single answer between you. Think carefully and please no help from the audience. Here it is. One of the most important of all drugs is obtained from the bark of the cinchona. C-I-N-C-H-O-N-A. Tree. The cinchona tree. During World War II, 90% of the world's supply was cut off from the Allies. For $1,000, what is this drug from the bark of the cinchona tree called? What is the answer you two have decided upon?
Quinine.
Quinine is absolutely right. And a free meal at the Chinese restaurant. That's right. You win $1,000. And how much in the quiz, George?
$319.86 in the quiz.
Congratulations from the more than 3,000 DeSoto Plymouth dealers from coast to coast. You bet your life.
Thank you. Be sure to tune in again next Wednesday night at the same time for the Groucho Marx Show, when the big question will be worth $1,000. And don't miss Groucho's television show, also presented by the DeSoto Plymouth Dealers of America. And remember that the dealers who sell the distinguished 1953 DeSoto also sell the brilliant Plymouth, the first truly balanced car in the low-priced field. DeSoto, Plymouth, two great cars. Both products of the Chrysler Corporation.
And when you drive in, tell them Groucho sent you. Good night, folks. And remember, just be sure to see the distinguished new DeSoto.
Folks, here's a reminder from the National Safety Council. Twilight doubles traffic troubles. So, double your caution. You Bet Your Life, transcribed from Hollywood, is produced by John Goodell. Directed by Robert Dwan and Bernie Smith. Music by Jerry Fielding. This is George Fenneman signing off for the more than 3,000 DeSoto Plymouth dealers from coast to coast. You Bet Your Life is heard by our armed forces throughout the world.
From the Municipal Auditorium in Kansas City, Missouri, on behalf of the 5th War Loan Drive, Swan, the new white floating soap, brings you George Burns and Gracie Allen, our guest Dinah Shore, with Felix Mills and his orchestra, and yours truly, Bill Goodwin. And now meet the people who live in the Burns house, George and Gracie. Well, last week, the Kansas City Chamber of Commerce sent a telegram addressed to Kansas City's favorite singer and intended for Dinah Shore. But by mistake, it was delivered to George Burns. Now, the telegram was an invitation to sing at the opening of the 5th War Loan Drive. So we now find Mr. and Mrs. George Burns in a compartment on a train approaching Kansas City.
Gee, I still can't get over it. They picked me as Kansas City's favorite singer.
Oh, yes, and this is only the beginning, George. You go from one triumph to another. Broadway musicals, the concert stage, grand opera, and finally, a singing commercial for Pepsi-Cola.
Do you think they'll like me in Kansas City?
Well, of course, darling. Well, you'll be the toast of Missouri. Sugar Throat Burns, the Ozark Lark.
Oh, Kansas City, here I come. Right.
George.
Back.
George.
Where?
George. George.
George.
George. You mustn't tire out those little silver tonsils.
Thanks. I wonder if I'll be nervous singing in that big auditorium in front of 12,000 people.
Well, of course you won't. Just remember that you're up there to sell war bonds. And not only that, but you're helping to increase Kansas City's beef production.
Beef? Beef production?
Well, that's what Bill Goodwin said. He said that when those people hear you sing, they're going to raise the biggest beef in history.
I wonder how he meant that.
Of course, dear. What makes this trip even more thrilling is the fact that we were married right here in Kansas City.
I know. This'll be a second honeymoon for us.
Oh, yes. George, let's stop at that same little hotel where we spent our first honeymoon. We get the same room.
Okay.
Everything will be just the same. I even want you to wear that same darling little nightshirt.
All right.
Oh, I'll never forget our wedding night when you walked out in that nightshirt. I thought Mother would die laughing.
Yeah, I remember.
Come in.
Hiya, folks.
Hello, Bill.
Say, look what the baggage man found in your trunk, George.
Hello.
Tootsie Sagwell, what were you doing in my
Oh,
trunk?
well, I can explain everything, dear. Tootsie's going to Kansas City to be married. She sent her picture to a man there through the Lonely Hearts Club.
Yes. See, it was a picture just like this one taken in my strapless evening gown.
Hey, Tootsie, that's a pretty daring picture.
Oh, do you think so?
Yes, it shows your face.
Oh, Bill. Pay no attention to him, Tootsie. You're a regular glamour girl.
Oh, are you kidding, Gracie? Now, if you want to see a real glamour girl, just step into compartment A in the next car.
Yeah, who's there?
Dinah Shore.
Well, what's Dinah Shore got that Tootsie Sagwell hasn't got? Put them both in bathing suits on a beach, and how would you tell them apart?
Dinah has a better shoreline.
Gracie, let's go in and see Dinah. I'd like to tell her about being Kansas City's favorite singer.
Well, George and Gracie.
Hello, Dinah. Dinah, we just heard that you were on the train. Where are you going?
To Kansas City.
That's a coincidence, so are we.
Oh, good. Say, I hope you'll come and hear me sing at the Bond rally. I've been chosen Kansas City's favorite singer.
You have?
Well, this is a coincidence. George has been chosen Kansas City's favorite singer, too.
George?
Yes.
Oh, well, I guess I'm supposed to be their favorite girl singer, and George is their favorite boy. Man. Singer of the opposite sex.
Yes, I guess so.
Say, I don't believe I've ever heard you sing, George.
Really? Well, listen. I can't give you anything but love, baby.
Oh, that man must have a lute and a lyre in him. Oh, Dinah, wasn't that beautiful?
Yes, it was magnificent.
Oh, you're just saying I'm magnificent because you're another singer.
Yes, I guess there's a little lyre in me, too.
By the way, Dinah, how is your husband, George Montgomery?
Oh, he's just fine, thanks. Say, Gracie, there's another coincidence. You married a man named George, and I married a man named George.
Yeah. You married a big, handsome actor?
And you married a man named George.
Dinah, maybe we ought to get together on our numbers. What are you going to sing in Kansas City?
Well, I thought the folks might like an old favorite. How about this? I'll get by as long as I have you. Though there be rain and darkness too, I'll not complain. I'll sit through, and darling, poverty may come to me. That's true, but what care I? As long as I have you.
Oh, that was lovely, Dinah. And now, George, you sing something for Dinah.
Okay. Oh, Kansas City, here I come. Right.
George.
Back.
George.
Where?
George. George.
Yes?
George, we're pulling into Kansas City. All off for Kansas City. There's a big crowd waiting.
Oh, wasn't it clever of me, George, the way I sneaked you off the back of the train and into this taxi cab?
Yeah. I still don't know why you did it.
Well, didn't you see that mob of young girls at the station? I didn't want those Bobby Sockers to tear your shirt off like they do Frank Sinatra.
But, Gracie, they wouldn't think I was Sinatra.
Well, they might, with your shirt off.
I was kind of looking forward to getting mobbed a little.
Well, you just wait till tonight. After they've heard you sing, then you'll really get mobbed.
You think so? Say, what happened to Tootsie?
Oh, well, she's out looking for that lonely heart correspondent of hers. Oh, dear, here's our hotel. Driver, pull right up here.
Here you are, driver.
Well, George, there it is. The same hotel you took me to the day we were married.
Yeah, the Packing House Plaza. Rooms, $1.
Gee whiz, the rates have doubled since we were here.
Well, let's go in and get a room.
Oh, wait, George. I'd like to be carried across the threshold just like I was on our wedding day.
Oh, but Grace.
Oh, please, George. Maybe you can find the same bellboy who did it then.
He's probably in the army. Let's go in. I guess that girl is the desk clerk. I'll find out about a room. How do you do? I'd like a room for my wife and myself.
I'm sorry, sir. We don't have a single vacancy.
Oh, but you just have to accommodate us. After all, I picked this hotel when I married my husband. Don't you think you owe me something for that?
I'm sorry. We don't rectify mistakes after 30 days.
Look, I'd like to see the manager.
Oh, he's in Wichita.
Wichita?
Yes, he found a room there.
Let's go, Gracie. Come on.
Oh, gee, I wanted to stop here.
Hey, hiya, kids. Where you going?
Oh, we can't get a room here, Bill.
Oh, well, George, I took care of that for you. I knew you'd want to stop here.
Yeah, how did you do it?
Well, you see that cute little desk clerk with the sparkle in her eye?
Yeah?
Well, her name is Betty Ann, and that sparkle didn't come from eating carrots.
What kind of room did you talk her out of?
Well, I gave her a hug, and she offered me a single room.
Yeah?
I gave her a kiss, and she offered me a double room.
Yeah?
Here's the key to the royal suite.
How did you get that?
Well, gave her a bar Swan soap, George. You know, that's Swan, the new white floating soap that's 4 soaps in 1. The soap for your hands and face, for bathing the baby, or for dishes and light laundry. 4 swell soaps in 1.
So all you did to get the royal suite was hand her a bar of Swan, huh?
Well, tonight we're going to take a little picnic supper out to Swope Park, and after supper we'll stroll over to the lagoon.
Yeah, and then what?
Well, what do you suppose? We'll put the supper dishes in the lagoon and wash them with Swan. Gee, I'll show Betty Ann how those long-lasting Swan suds make short work of washing dishes even in hard water. And I'll tell her that Swan's so mild and gentle, it's not only kind to her hands, but it's wonderful for her complexion, too.
Oh, hello. Here you are, George and Gracie. How you, Bill?
Hello, Dinah. Well, I'll be seeing you folks in the auditorium.
Gracie, Bill told me you were going to stop here, but why this hotel? Why don't you come over to the Mule Box?
Oh, no, Dinah. This is our honeymoon hotel. It reminds me of George.
But it's so old and broken down and... Oh, I see what you mean.
Yeah, Gracie and I were married right here in Kansas City, Dinah.
Yes. My whole family came to the wedding. And when the preacher said, if there is anyone present who knows why this marriage should not take place, well, you never heard such shouting and screaming in your life?
Gracie's family didn't exactly approve of me.
Oh, Mother cried and cried.
Oh, well, all mothers cry at weddings.
But mine is still crying.
I don't think Dinah is interested in our honeymoon talk, Gracie.
Well, how can I help but talk about it? This hotel brings it back to my mind so vividly. Remember when the bellboy took us to our room and handed us the key and started to leave? That's when you leaned over and whispered those 3 little words in my ear.
3 little words?
Yeah. Tip the boy.
That's right. Well, that's enough. Dinah and I have to be getting over to the auditorium to rehearse. Dinah, I think I'll do my opening number with a lot of rhythm. You know, I can't give you anything but love. Oh, baby,
Oh,
baby.
no, darling. No, oh, dear, no. Sing it smoothly. You mustn't jerk those delicate tonsils out of position.
Well, what do you think, Dinah?
Well, I agree, George. You did sound pretty jerky.
Well, you two songbirds run along to the auditorium. I'm going over to the Chamber of Commerce and thank the head of the Bond Rally for inviting us here. Oh, how do you do? Are you the head of the Chamber of Commerce?
No, I'm not.
Oh, well, I wanted to see the chamber head. Well, are you the head of the bond drive?
No, I'm the head of the fat salvage drive.
Oh, you're the fathead. Well, I'm Mrs. Burns, and I just wanted to thank Kansas City for inviting my husband here.
Who is your husband?
Sugar Throat Burns.
Sugar Throat Burns.
For Kansas City's favorite singer. See, here's the telegram you sent inviting him to sing at the bond rally tonight.
Oh, this telegram was intended for Dinah Shore. Your husband must have gotten it by mistake.
Oh, then he isn't Kansas City's favorite singer?
No. You might try Kansas City, Kansas.
Oh, dear, this will break his heart. I better get him out of town before he finds out. I've looked all over the auditorium. Where's George?
In his dressing room?
Well, I just found out that he's not Kansas City's favorite singer.
Really?
Oh, Bill, he won't get over this if he lives to be 100.
Well, so he'll be unhappy for a couple of years. Cheer up, Gracie. Dinah Shore is just getting ready to rehearse that wonderful tune she introduced, Tessa's Torch Song. So let's listen, huh?
I had a man. He was a good man. That is, you see, what I mean is I thought he was a good man. I had a friend. She was a good friend. I told my friend about my man 'cause I thought she was a good friend. Life was sweet. Didn't I have my man? World complete. Then the fireworks began. Ain't got no man, ain't got no friend. I'll bet you can guess just exactly what happened. That was the end of my friend, the end of my man, and darn near the end of me. Of me.
Sing so beautifully, Bill.
Yeah.
Almost as beautifully as George. And now poor George won't get to sing. Gee, I'm afraid to tell him.
Oh, don't worry, Gracie. He'll get over it.
Oh, you don't know George. When he finds out he's not Kansas City's favorite singer, he might do something desperate.
No.
Why, he's liable to throw himself under the mayor's car and let the oil out.
Impetuous boy.
Oh, the poor darling. He's in his dressing room right now rehearsing. Just listen, Bill.
Till that lucky day, you know darn well.
Why, if Kansas City could hear that glorious voice, they'd keep him here forever.
You think so?
Well, if you lived in Kansas City and George sang here, what would you do?
I'd make the San Fernando Valley my home. Well, I gotta be getting out onto the stage.
Oh, dear, I hate to tell George. His face will drop just like his chest did.
Oh. Gracie, I heard the news about George not singing tonight.
Oh, Dinah, maybe you can fix it. Have George put back on the program.
Oh, gee, I'm sorry. I can't, Gracie. Besides, I wouldn't worry. It's not a matter of life or death.
Well, no, yes, it is. That's why you've got to help him. George is in his dressing room right now standing on a chair with a rope around his neck. And if he doesn't sing...
You mean he's gonna...
Oh, yeah, I'll peek in and see if he's all right.
Oh, dream a while, scheme a while, you're sure to find.
Gee, somebody must have kicked the chair out from under him.
No, that was George singing.
Well, I never would... Oh, Gracie, here comes Mr. Higginbottom, the man in charge of music tonight. Why don't you speak to him?
Oh, Dinah.
Yes, sir.
Better get on stage. We're ready to start.
All right, Mr. Higginbottom. I'll see you later, Gracie.
Mr. Higginbottom, wouldn't you like to have Mr. Burns, the famous radio star, on the program tonight?
Mr. Burns, is he here?
Yes, right in this dressing room. Listen.
Happiness, and I guess all those things you've always pined for.
Well, there you are.
That's wonderful. And he brought along his bazooka.
No. That was George Burns. He was singing.
He was?
Yes. Won't you let him sing on the program tonight, Mr. Higginbottom?
I'm afraid I couldn't.
Well, couldn't you just let him sing a duet with Dinah Shaw?
I'd rather not.
But singing seems much better than soloist. Now look at the Merrimacs. Where would Mary be without Max? Well, how about it, Mr. Higginbottom?
I'm sorry, Mrs. Burns. And now, if you'll excuse me, I must get into my office.
Oh, poor George. How will I...
Gracie, I'm so miserable.
Oh, Tootsie, what happened?
It's my Kansas City man. I came all the way from California and I couldn't get him.
Well, Tootsie, you should have wired him.
I did, but he untied himself and got away. I chased him all over Kansas City, but he ran in here and disappeared. I want my Mr. Higginbottom.
Tootsie, did you call him Higginbottom?
Yes, is it a naughty word?
Well, Tootsie, look, you wait right here. I think George may sing tonight after all. Mr. Higginbottom, have you changed your mind about letting my husband sing tonight?
No.
All right. Sick 'em, Tootsie.
Oh, Higgy, come to my arms.
No, take her away. Help.
Yeah, well, does George Burns sing tonight?
All right, anything. Just call off this woman.
All right, Tootsie, you wait outside for a minute.
All right. Oh, he's a cute little rascal.
All right, Mr. Higginbottom, you can come down now off the chandelier. But remember, my husband sings tonight, even if it's only a duet with Dinah Shaw.
All right, I'll make an arrangement for you.
Oh, good. Make it I can't give you anything but love, and give my husband the juicy part. You know, lots of cadenzas and fortissimos and tacids and all kind of chords.
Sure. I'll even give your husband a diminished fifth.
A diminished fifth? Oh, no. He couldn't drink half a pint.
Scrape up the most you can. Here comes the freedom man, asking you to buy a share of freedom today.
Ladies and gentlemen, we hope that you're enjoying our show, and I know that you people here in the auditorium will be proud and happy to learn that the Bonds which you purchased as your admission here tonight, totaled $11,283,525. George, Gracie, Dinah, myself, and all of us thank you for letting us help get the Fifth War Loan off to such a rousing start. How about that, Dinah?
You said it, Bill. And I'd like to remind you folks that every bond you bought here tonight is going to make those walls of Fortress Europe come tumbling down a little faster. And the sooner that happens, the sooner our boys will be coming home.
Right, Dinah. And remember, folks, every time you buy a war bond, you're buying a hunk of happy future for yourself and your children.
So let's all get in there and invest every dollar we can possibly scrape together.
And keep backing the attack.
Buy more than ever before.
And now for the grand finale of our show. George Burns is waiting in the wings to entertain you. So, without further ado, I present one of Hollywood's greatest talents, one of the finest artists I have ever worked with. That great entertainer, Mrs. George Burns.
Thank you. Ladies and gentlemen, it is my pleasure to present the musical treat of the century, Mr. Sugarthroat Burns, assisted by Dinah Shaw and Felix Mills in the orchestra. Singing that great torch song, I Can't Give You Anything But Love, Baby. George and Dinah are both great torch singers, but after listening, I'm sure you'll all agree that my husband is the torcher of the two. Incidentally, this arrangement was made by Kansas City's own musical director, Mr. Higginbottom. Well, here they are, George Burns and Company.
I can't give you anything but love,
Baby.
That's the only thing I've plenty of.
Baby.
Dream a while, scheme a while, you're sure to find happiness, and I guess all those things you've always pined for.
Gee.
I'd like to see you looking swell.
Baby.
Diamond bracelets will work, doesn't sell.
Baby.
Till that lucky day, you know darn well.
Baby. Baby, 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 baby. Baby, baby. Baby, bo, 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 bo. Baby, 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 baby. Take it.
Take it? There's nothing left to take. You take it, Felix.
Before we go now, George and Gracie would like to speak to you. All right, Gracie.
Thanks, Bill. Ladies and gentlemen, when you listen to the invasion news, it makes you feel sort of helpless. Helpless because you realize just what our boys are going through. And all we can do is listen to what is happening. But actually, we can do more than listen. We can help those boys. We can help them by buying war bonds.
Because we've all heard so much about war bonds, and we've all bought them before, we're beginning to take war bonds for granted. We're apt to think, let the other fellow buy them. They'll make the quota all right, but the other fellow was you. Don't forget that without the war bonds you bought in the past, there never would have been an invasion. And don't forget that there's plenty of rough going ahead. Don't let the boys down. They're doing one terrific job.
Let's buy war bonds with every single penny we can spare. This time, let's really back the attack. Let's buy more than ever before.
Our guest, Dinah Shore, is heard every Thursday night over this same network and appeared through the courtesy of Bird's Eye Frosted Foods. Tonight's broadcast, in behalf of the 5th War Loan Drive, came to you from the Municipal Auditorium in Kansas City and brings to a close the current season for George Burns and Gracie Allen. We'll be off the air for 8 weeks, after which the makers of Swan, the new white floating soap, invite you to again listen to George and Gracie and the rest of our cast. Be with us, won't you? This program is broadcast to our servicemen and women all over the world through the facilities of the Armed Forces Radio Service. And now, till next August 15th, this is Bill Goodwin saying, well, I Swan, how about you? CBS, the Columbia Broadcasting System.
KNX, Columbia Square, Los Angeles.
Say, Amos, this seems like Sunday.
It is Sunday. You see, Andy, we is on the radio now every Sunday on CBS for Rinso.
That's right. Rinso, the new Rinso with Solium, brings you the Amos and Andy Show. Rinso, the soap that contains Solium, the sunlight ingredient, brings you a full half hour of entertainment with Lou Lubin, Eddie Green, Jeff Alexander's orchestra and chorus, and radio's all-time favorites, Amos and Andy. Lever Brothers Company, the makers of Rinso, invite you to sit back, relax, and enjoy Amos and Andy. Well, the impossible has happened in the Stevens household. George Kingfish Stevens got a job. He's been working for a week now as a salesman in a local real estate office. Today is payday, and as he returns home, he is greeted by his wife, Sapphire.
Oh, George, this is the greatest thrill of my life. You bringing home a pay envelope.
Yeah, well, here it is. What is you going to do with it?
George, I'm going to celebrate. I'm going to take this envelope, go down to the beauty parlor, and use what's in it to make myself attractive.
Well, now, wait a minute, honey. There's only money in there, not magic, you know. Besides that, don't you go squandering that money. We better hang on to this.
George, what you hinting at? Is you in trouble on that job already?
Well, I'm going to tell you, this is the bad time of the year for selling real estate.
George, I'm surprised you lasted this long. Before this, you never put in a full day's work in your life.
Well, now, wait a minute. Before you shoot off your mouth there, what about that job I had at the cement company? On my first day down at that cement plant, I was there for 12 long hours.
Yes, and the reason was because you fell asleep in some wet concrete, and it took them that long to chip you out.
Well, I got overtime, didn't I?
George Stevens, you're a disgrace. You done had 55 jobs in the last 2 years, and you've been fired off of every one of them.
Yeah, well, at least I ain't no quitter.
There ain't no point in arguing, George. I'm giving you an ultimatum.
A what?
An ultimatum.
Give it to me.
You better get busy on this real estate job and pull over some deals. I'm through with you.
Well, now, you wait a minute, honey.
Oh, I don't know why I ever married you, and to think that 20 years ago I was fool enough to throw myself at you.
Yeah, and to think I was fool enough not to duck, too.
in, Kingfish.
Hiya there, Henry.
Say, there's a nasty rumor going around town that you was going to work.
Well, that's right, Henry. Hiya's working in the real estate office.
Well, tell me, Kingfish, did Sapphire force you to go to work, or did you take the job on account of your own violation?
Well, about 50-50, Henry, but at the rate I'm going, I don't think I'm going to keep the job much longer. I can't find no good houses to sell.
Well, you know, there was a couple of very nice ones up there on the Parkway. I believe the architecture was one of French colonial, and the other one was late gorgeous Georgian.
That's the trouble, you see. All them houses too expensive. If I'm going to sell something, I got to get something in a cheaper bracket. That's what I got to get.
Well, say, wait a minute, Kingfish. I just remembered tonight I seen in the paper. The state has just condemned a number of houses out in the country to put in a new highway.
The state done condemned some houses on the highway?
Yes, they ain't in too good shape, so the state will give them to anybody that'll pay the cost of moving them.
The houses is free, huh?
Mm-hmm.
You know, if I could sell one of them to Andy and not tell him that he got to move it, why, everything I make would be clear profit there.
Yes, Kingfish, but Andy might not want to make the changeover from his room to a house, though.
Yeah, if I could tell him that his room and house has been sold, say, wait a minute. Say, you know, the United Nations has been buying up a lot of property in town. I'll just convince Andy that the United Nations is moving uptown, and he has got to get out.
Yes, well, good luck, Kingfish. I got to go now and stop by the furrier's to get my wife Clara's fur coat out of the cold storage.
Oh, you put it in cold storage, huh?
Yes, it keeps things from deteriorating and falling apart. I've often wished I could put Clara in there for a couple of months.
Well, here's Andy's room. I hope this United Nations stuff works.
Oh, how is you, Kingfish?
Oh, Andy, is you still here? Well, come on, I'll help you pack. You ain't got much time, son.
Kingfish, what are you talking about?
Andy, ain't you heard the big news?
No.
The United Nations has done bought this whole neighborhood. They're moving that whole UN headquarters up here. Lock, stock, and delegates.
Yeah? Well, when did this happen?
Oh, it was announced on the wireless this morning by the famous English statesman, Churchill Downs. It was broadcast right from the steps of the British Kremlin. Yeah.
Oh, cool.
Yeah, and with people from all these nations moving up here, they has given everybody 48 hours to move out.
48 hours? That's awful short notice, ain't it?
Well, it didn't give me that much. Me and Sapphire come home from a picture show last night and found 2 Bulgarians sleeping in our bed.
Yeah, well, how is all this going to affect me? I don't want to sleep with no Bulgarians, I'll tell you.
How is it going to affect you?
Yeah.
And that the 4 powers is dividing the whole area around here in 4 sections. And I see the blueprint of the plan. It's going to be just like Berlin, and the boundary line for the whole thing is going to run right through your room.
It is, huh?
Yeah. And by the time the UN gets through dividing up, your bathroom is going to be behind the Iron Curtain.
Oh, that's bad, ain't it?
Yeah, well, might be a little inconvenient when you get up in the morning. You might have to show your passport before you can brush your teeth. You know? Not only that, Andy, but on account of the Russians, they're going to have to fly your food in here by airlift, you know. You got to eat.
Oh, mate, this is a mess. But look, Kingfish, I still don't understand what this UN needs so much room for. What is this UN bunch trying to do anyway?
Well, the UN is trying to establish world peace, that's what. What do you think they've been fighting and squabbling for the past 4 years? Peace and brotherly love.
Yeah? Well, what about the Russians? Is they after peace, too?
Oh, the Russians is really after it, Andy. They are so determined to have peace that they is liable to shoot 10 or 20 million people just to get it. In the nutshell of the thing, Andy, is you better move out of this neighborhood.
Yeah, I was really in bad trouble, all right. Only thing is, if I got to get out of here, I don't know where I could move to.
Ha, 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 ha. There's a funny thing that you should mention that, Andy. Maybe I can help you, brother. It just so happens that I, being in the real estate business here, I just got a place for you that's for sale. A nice 6-room house for only $500.
$500?
Mm-hmm.
Listen, all over the country they're selling houses for $10,000 and $15,000. How come I gets one at such a cheap price?
'Cause you ain't a veteran, Henry.
That helps, huh?
Oh, yeah. According to the real estate board, the word is out, give the cowards the breaks. That's what it is.
Well, I can't go wrong for no $500. I'll take the thing. And I'll go right down to the bank and get the $500 out of my savings account and meet you back here and we'll close the deal.
Okay, Andy, and I'll give you the deed to the house.
Yeah. Listen, Kingfish, you think I'll be happy with this house?
Oh, Andy, you'll be in heaven, my boy. It's like being up on a cloud listening to the angels.
It's nice of you to drive me out here to look at my new house, Amos.
Yeah, well, I'm glad to do it, Andy, but tell me something, son. How come all of a sudden you was moving out of the apartment?
Oh, I couldn't stay there, Amos. You see, the Four Powers is going to revive up a Bulgarian in my bedroom.
Excuse me, Andy, I guess the motor's a little noisy here. I didn't get the drift of what you said there. How come you're moving again?
I had to get out of the neighborhood, Amos. You see, the Russians is going to iron some curtains.
Iron some curtains?
Yeah, and if that happens, they're going to have to feed me by airway.
Andy, I can't figure out what you...
Now, hold it. Here's my house. Turn in right here. Turn in. There's the place, Amos. What do you think of that?
Yeah, well, it ain't bad for the money, Andy. Say, who's that fella there on your front porch?
Well, wait a minute, I'll ask him. Say, mister, what is you doing on my porch?
Oh, is this your house?
Yeah.
Well, I'm from the highway department. I hope you've arranged to move the house off the property by Thursday.
Move the house?
Why, yes. The new highway goes right through here. Weren't you informed when you bought the place?
Amos, I think that Kingfish done tricked me again, you know it?
Well, $500, that ain't a bad day's work. Yeah, it ought to really make Sapphire happy. I better put the way, though. Here comes somebody down the hall. Come in, Shorty.
Hi, Kingfish. I just rushed over here to tell you something. I just so handy, and the thing is, if you don't, I mean on account, if I was you, well, don't tell nobody I told you.
Well, now, wait a minute, sir. Now, listen, calm down, Shorty, and tell me, what is you talking about?
Now, listen, I just so handy, and boy, if he mad about you selling him a house without no lot, he really gonna beat you up.
Oh, me and I is allergic to that fighting stuff, too.
Listen, Kingfish, every man who's a man has got to fight sometime. Well, I remember only last month I had an argument with a great big fella. Oh, he weighed 210 pounds. And was I afraid? No. I said to him, meet me down at the gymnasium this afternoon. I'm going to put on the glove. I'll beat you to a pub. And be down there at 4 o'clock sharp, and I'll knock you from one end of that gym to the other. That's what I said.
Yeah, well, what happened, Shorty?
I don't know. I didn't show up.
Now, wait a minute, Shorty. Look here. I think I know how to get out of this mess with Andy. I know where there's a little lot out in the country that I can get for $75. I got it listed right here. Now, look here. I'll give him the lot, and he can move the house on that. And I'll still make a nice profit out of the deal.
$75. That's pretty cheap. This last summer when I was up in the country, I paid $700 for 3 acres.
Yeah, well, you did, huh?
The farmers around there told me it was grazing land or something. Yeah, they said the grass on there was nourishing and healthy and nutritious. They said it was wonderful grass. I sold the property after 2 weeks, though.
Yeah, well, why'd you sell it, Shorty?
Every time I ate the stuff, it made me sick.
Oh, come in, Brother Andy, come in.
Stand right where you is, Kingfish. I'm going to beat you within an inch of your life.
Well, now, wait a minute, Andy. Wait a minute. Take it easy. Would you fight with a man who is smaller than you is?
What you mean, smaller than I is? You is half a head bigger than I is.
I know, but I fight from a crouch. I gets down like this.
Kingfish, this is the dirtiest trick you ever done to me. Sticking me with that house without no lot.
Oh, is that what you saw about?
Yeah.
Well, I was prepared to make good on that, Andy. Oh, I was your pal. You know I wouldn't stick you with a house without sticking you with a lot, too.
Now, that sounds more like it.
Yeah, oh, sure, Andy. Look here. You was done had the lot all the time. The only reason you didn't happen to notice it when you looked at the house is because the lot is 12 miles away.
Wait a minute, 12 miles away from the house? How you explain that?
Well, you can't explain it, Andy. It's just one of the quirks of the real estate business, that's all.
12 miles. Couldn't they quirk that a little closer? And besides, Kingfish, how do I get the house over to the lot?
Well, you have it moved, that's what. And you can even live in the house while they's moving it. And the trip will do you good, Andy. Oh, I tell you, Andy, there's no thrill like whizzing through the city in your own home.
That sounds good, all right, but where's this lot?
Brother Andy, I was very happy to say that it's centrally located.
What you mean, centrally located?
Right in the middle between two other lots.
Well, that's a good location, all right.
Yeah. Now, Andy, the next thing to do is to decide just where on this lot to put the house.
Yeah.
Now, I've got the plans of the lot right here, and I also got the plans of the house. Now, here, you take the house plans, and I'll take the plans of the lot here, and we'll check the figures.
Yeah, okay, Kingfish.
All right, ready?
Yeah.
All right. Width of lot, 35 feet.
Width of house, 42 feet.
Well, now, you see, the thing, wait a minute. Let's run over them figures again. I think we done messed up a digit in there someplace.
Yeah, there's something wrong in there, all right.
Yeah, all right, here we go. Width of lot, 35 feet.
Width of house, Kingfish is still 42 feet.
And I think I've hit on what the trouble is. The house is just a wee bit bigger than the lot.
A wee bit? Kingfish, that house is 7 feet too big for that lot. What in the world is we going to do now?
Well, now, let's not get excited, Andy. In real estate circles, that's what's known as overlapping. I think the smartest thing to do is to make a few small alterations. Now, all you got to do is to cut 7 feet off the house, bring the outside wall in, and there you is.
Yeah, but what happens to the inside of the house?
Well, just looking at the plans of the house here to see, taking 7 feet off the dining room there won't hurt it a bit. Still leaves a nice-sized dining room, 12 by 3. Might even get a table in there. Wouldn't hurt you to take off the kitchen neither. All you lose is the sink, refrigerator, and the stove. Yeah. Let's look at the upstairs plan.
Yeah, get upstairs.
Yeah, well, now, taking 7 feet off the bathroom might make it a little inconvenient for you there.
How's that?
Your bathtub's going to be half inside the half a house and half outside.
Half the bathtub inside and half out? That ain't going to look too neat, is it?
Well, you might run a little ivy over the edge and make it look like a window box up there.
Yeah, but listen here. Listen. On Saturday nights, though, how's it going to look to people passing by? Me sitting up there taking a bath on a window box.
Well, you just have to wear a bathrobe when you're taking a bath, that's all.
Yeah, I'll wear my print one. They'll think I'm a geranium. Listen, Kingfish, I ain't no fussy guy, but we can't jam that big house of mine on that little lot. Now, you better do something about it.
Well, now, don't get excited, Andy. I'll tell you what I can do.
What?
I can buy 10 more feet of the property, and the house will fit on it like a glove.
Well, now you're talking.
Yeah, now it'll only cost you $350 to move the house.
Yeah, well, that's about what... Hold it, just a minute. Listen, I done had enough trouble with this house already, and if anybody's going to pay to move it, you is.
Yeah, well, now, look, Andy, I couldn't pay to move it if I wanted to. I'd be violating the building code. You was sold a stucco house, and under the law, you was the stuckee.
Listen here. I'm going to give it to you straight. If you don't find some way to move that house over to that new lot, I'm going to haul you into court and sue you.
Oh, me, what is the...
Say, would you like to make up a little list of the newest, most exciting scientific discoveries? Well, then, be sure you put down new Rinso with Solium, because it's absolutely amazing what that new Rinso will do. Rinso with Solium gets white clothes actually whiter than when they were new, and gay washable colors even brighter than brand new. Whiter and brighter than new. See for yourself. Try new Rinso with the scientific sunlight ingredient Solium. Only new Rinso contains Solium.
Well, come in, Stonewall.
Hi, King.
Hey, what's up, you Stonewall? I've been waiting here for 2 hours to discuss something with you.
Yeah, I've been over to court waiting to see how our case come out. See, a friend of mine was accused of counterfeiting, making counterfeiting money tonight. I know that man wasn't no counterfeiter. He was honest as the day is long. I wanted to handle the case for him, but I just didn't have the time.
Oh, you didn't, huh?
No, but he wasn't worried. No, he told me he'd handle his own defense. And by gosh, you know he got out of that unjust counterfeit charge?
How'd he get out?
He slipped the judge $2 million.
Here's my situation, Stonewall. You know there were some houses up on the east-west highway that the state was giving away free to anybody to move them.
Yeah, I heard about that.
Yeah, well, I done took one of them houses without a lot, and I sold it to Annie for $500.
Kingfish, you didn't do a thing like that to Annie? Oh, that makes me mad. It infuriates me. Yeah. Why couldn't I have thought of that?
The thing I got to figure out, Stonewall, is how to get that house moved for nothing.
Yeah. Well, let's see here now. Why don't you tell the state that the house is a historical monument? Then they might move it free of charge to preserve it.
Well, I couldn't tell them that because the house was only built in 1920, so what is it going to do?
You know, Kingfish, the thing to do is to look at this in the spirit of legal jurisprudence. In other words, I say that the procedure we must follow is the old principle of veritas omnia ipso facto.
What does that mean?
Lie like a fool, man.
Stonewall, you know I might go down to the highway commissioner and tell him the house has to be moved for the public good.
Yeah. To be used as a hospital or something.
Yeah, well, now that's right. Now, you know what? Say, if I told him that Andy was a doctor who was running a free clinic and needed this house for his work, that might swing the thing.
Yeah. Well, Kingfish, I guess that solves your problem. You know, in the legal profession, I really see the drab side of life. Take a case I got to start working on tomorrow. This criminal is the most despicable man I ever met. He has spent his whole life jipping and cheating widows and poor helpless people. It makes me sick just to think about it.
Well, if he feels that way, why don't you drop the case?
I would, but I hate to turn against my own father.
All right, Andy, now here's the highway commissioner's office. Now, I already called him on the telephone and explained the situation.
Yeah, well, that's good.
Now, look here. I was going in and put in the clincher. Now, remember everything I done told you. You was Dr. Brown. Yeah. I'll go in first, and I want you to come in later at the psychopathic moment.
Okay, Yes, may I help you?
I asked George Stevens, the big philanthropist. I done spoke to you on the phone about an hour ago.
Oh, yes. Now, what's all that you told me about wanting us to move a house in the interest of public welfare?
Oh, yeah, well, to make a free medical clinic out of the thing. You see, Mother, I would gladly pay for the moving of the house myself, because I've always been a benefactor to these worthy causes. But lately, I done give away so much money that I done over-benefactored myself.
Well, you said something about turning this clinic over to a Dr. Brown. Just where is he working now?
Well, in the only place he can afford, in an old attic that ain't got no heat in it.
No heat in it?
Yes, sir. It's really cold, too. The poor fella can hardly stand to work there. Matter of fact, instead of using rubbers, he has to operate with a pair of mittens on.
Now, wait a minute, Mr. Stevens.
Oh, I'm telling you the truth. It really gets freezing up there. Why, the last appendix he yanked out looked like a popsicle.
Wait a minute, Stevens. Nothing could be that bad.
Yeah, well, I'm telling you, the only heat he's had up there for the last week was one of the patients had a fever of 106.
This is the most fantastic story I ever heard.
Yeah, well, I just wish that Dr. Brown was here so you could hear this sad tale from his own shivering lips. I said from his own shivering lips.
Come in.
Well, what a coincidence. If it ain't the world-renowned Dr. Brown.
How is you, Mr. Stevens? Can you let me have 2 bits?
What is the trouble, Dr. Brown?
Well, I've been operating all week, and I just ran out of catgut this morning.
You ran out of catgut?
Yeah, and I got 2 more operations to go. 2 big dectomies. 1 tonsillectomy and just a plain dectomy, too.
Well, what in the world is you going to do, Dr. Brown?
Well, if I don't get no catgut, I'm going to have to stick them fellas together with Scotch tape, I'll tell you. And I got some more bad news for you, Mr. Stevens. Yesterday, I got evicted out of that attic where I've been working.
Oh, that is terrible, Dr. Brown. How is you going to carry on your great work?
Well, it's going to be tough, all right. For instance, last night, I was walking along the street, and all of a sudden, a fella come up to me screaming. I give him a quick examination and discovered he needed his gallstones took out right away.
Well, why did you perform this serious operation, Doctor?
Had to take him to a motel.
Motel, huh? How did the thing work out?
Not so good. Checking out time was 2:30, and I had to finish the operation on the front lawn. Stones all over the place.
This is all very interesting, Dr. Brown, but...
Dr. Brown, would you mind waiting outside just a minute, Duffy? Would you? You just step outside.
Now, look, Stevens, I don't believe all this nonsense. And besides that, my records here show that due to some engineering problems, they're going to have to divert the highway 75 feet from the property. The house won't have to be moved at all.
Holy smokes, that's wonderful.
And if you want to buy the lot, I'm sure the state will sell it to you for a very small sum. Now, will you excuse me? I'm very busy.
Yes, sir. Just 75 feet from the highway. Let me think. If I could get a hold of that place myself, I could turn it into a little road stand and a gas station and make a fortune. I hope Andy's still waiting for me.
Well, Kingfish, did the thing work out? Is they going to move the house for me?
No, Andy, they ain't. And I'm going to tell you something, Brother Andy. My conscience has been nibbling on me about this whole deal.
It is, huh?
Yeah, and I'll tell you what I'm going to do, Andy. I was going to give you back your $500 and take this whole mess off your hands.
Oh, that's great. Kingfish, you was a pal.
Yeah, put it there.
So this is the house you got, Joe.
Yes, I really put over a big deal. You see, when I found out that they was going to divert the highway 75 feet, I give Andy his $500 back, and I got the deed to the house. Then I took the money I earned this summer, and I paid the state $150 for the lot. Now I got a place just 75 feet from the highway that we can change into a nice little road stand and gas station.
Oh, George, that sounds wonderful.
Oh, honey, look here at this fellow with the telescope here. He must be the highway engineer. I'll find out when to go finish the highway so I'll know when to start changing the place over. Mr. Engineer.
Yeah?
Since I heard you was going to divert the highway 75 feet, I'm going to put a gas station right here.
Well, if you're going to build a gas station here, you're going to need an awful long hose.
What do you mean?
You apparently misunderstood about that diverting. We're diverting the highway up. We're elevating the highway 75 feet in the air.
There's something big going on. The people that make Rinso is giving away a brand new Mercury every day for 30 days.
Yeah, ain't that something? How you get yourself one of those Mercuries?
Well, do like Miss Gilmore say. Listen here.
Well, it's a contest. A new contest every weekday, Monday through Friday, for 30 days until November 19th with separate prizes for each day. The prizes are sensational. In all, there's 30 shiny new 1949 four-door Mercury sedans and 3,000 cash prizes. Altogether, $100,000 in cars and cash. All you have to do is finish this statement in 25 words or less. I like Rinso because. Enter as many times as you like and send each entry with one Rinso box top to Lever's Mercury a Day Contest, Box 3, New York. That's Box 3, New York. Put the name of your storekeeper on your entries. Only residents of the continental United States, Alaska, and Hawaii are eligible. Follow the complete rules on the entry blank you can get at your store. Hurry! Enter Lever's Great Mercury a Day Contest today.
Yeah, sir, and when you go to your grocer, don't forget Rinso. Good night, folks.
See you next Sunday.
This is CBS, the Columbia Broadcasting System.
Lever Brothers Company, makers of Swan, the soap that gives you a wonderful new kind of suds, presents
Our friend Swan.
With my friend Irma.
Starring Marie Wilson as Irma and Kathy Lewis as Jane.
Friendship, friendship, just a perfect friendship. When other friendships have been forgotten, theirs will still be hot. My friend Irma.
You know, when you live in a teeming metropolis like New York for any length of time, you tend to become blasé. And you develop the feeling that nothing can confuse or bewilder you. Then you run into someone like my friend Irma. And you're a babe in the woods again. Now, don't get me wrong, because I love the girl. It's just that, well, for instance, the other night I noticed Irma putting X-ray pictures in her hope chest. So I said, Irma, why are you putting those X-ray pictures of Al in your hope chest? And Irma said,
Because I read that the way to a man's heart is through his stomach, and I want to see how I'm doing.
Well, that's Irma for you. In fact, she thinks that when a marriage goes on the rocks, it's because the honeymooners went over Niagara Falls in a barrel. Anyway, right now she's holding her forehead. Irma, what's the trouble?
I have a headache.
A headache?
Yes, in my head. I've had it all week, especially at work.
Well, honey, maybe it's your eyes. You probably need glasses.
Oh, Jane, don't say that. I could never wear glasses. Al wouldn't like a girl who wore eyeglasses.
Well, what do you care about Al, just so long as you see better?
Jane, what's the sense of being able to see better if you haven't got a fellow to look at?
Oh, look, sweetie, your health comes first. I don't see how you can worry about losing a man who hasn't worked for 5 years. A man who, when he sees the sign, help wanted, interprets it as measles, keep out.
Oh, Jane, please, don't be so harsh with Al. All men have some weaknesses. Some don't work, some don't dance, some don't swim.
So what?
Well, suppose Al was out in the ocean drowning. What good would it do me to say, there goes my boyfriend, he can't swim, but he has a job? Besides, jobs are scarce.
Oh, sweetie, don't be ridiculous. Jobs aren't scarce. Why, I may be holding down 2 jobs next week.
2 jobs?
Uh-huh. Well, with Christmas coming on, I can use some extra money, so I put in an application for some part-time work. In fact, I'm expecting a call any minute from Mr. Sloan.
Well, that's wonderful, Jane.
Yeah, it's wonderful if I don't have to sit around here worrying about your eyes, honey. Believe me, Irma, I've seen some most attractive women wearing glasses and some handsome men, and they get married, and they live very happily.
Well, it may be all right for others, but not for me. I don't want my children born with glasses.
Oh, sweetie, Hello? Yes, this is Jane Stacy. Oh, hello, Mr. Sloan. What? Oh, of course the extra work won't be a strain on me. I'm in perfect condition. You'll bring the ledgers and the reports over tonight. Fine, thank you, sir. Goodbye, Mr. Sloan. All right. Come on, Irma. I'll take you over to Dr. Davis, the eye doctor.
No, Jane, I won't go. I don't want to wear glasses.
Oh, honey, you say you have headaches.
I know. I have cold feet, too. That doesn't mean I have to wear snowshoes.
Honey, this is different. If you don't get glasses, your headaches will get worse. You'll become dizzy. Oh, what am I saying? Irma, please, will you be reasonable?
No, I'm not going to be an old maid all my life. I'd rather see double than remain single.
But, Irma, honey...
No, I won't go.
All right. Stay in the bedroom and be stubborn. Maybe then you'll see things differently. Come in.
It's only me, Professor Kropotkin. Hello, Janie.
Hello, Professor. Sit down, won't you?
Thank you. I hope you don't mind my stopping by for a few minutes. The bats in my room drove me out.
Bats in your room?
Yes. Mrs. O'Reilly came up to collect the rent, and in each hand she was swinging a bat. Tell me, Janie, where is my darling little Irma?
Oh, she's in the bedroom, Professor. I'm awfully worried about her.
Poor Irma. I was afraid someday this would happen. How violent is she?
No, it's her eyes, Professor. I think she has to wear glasses.
Is that all?
She won't even take an examination.
Why not? What is she afraid of? There can't be anything seriously wrong. Believe me, if they examined her whole head, they wouldn't find anything.
No, that's not it, Professor. It's her vanity. You see, she's afraid she'll lose Al.
That's ridiculous. How could she lose him? I guarantee if anybody found him, they'd return him.
You know, I just can't understand this foolish phobia that Irma has against glasses.
Oh, it's a natural thing, Janie. My eyes aren't so good, but I refuse to wear glasses.
Why?
If I saw my room the way it really looks, I think I'd kill myself. Jenny, why don't you try talking to her some more?
Oh, I can't, Professor. She's in the bedroom just crying her heart out. Honestly, I'm just worried sick about her.
Oh, I hate to see a woman crying. You know, a woman only cries for two reasons. Either she is suffering, or she is about to make you suffer. Jenny, let me try to talk to her.
All right, Professor, I'll call her. Irma? Honey, come on out. The professor's here. He wants to talk with you.
Don't bother me, Jane. I want to be alone with my thoughts.
My, a young girl like that should have such gruesome company. Please come out, Irma, darling. I'll cheer you up.
Nothing will cheer me up. I'm doomed.
Doomed? That's ridiculous. Professor, will you please tell her that wearing glasses won't make the least difference?
Certainly, Irma. You should consider yourself lucky. A lot of people have to go to work with bifocals.
Professor, I don't care how they travel. I'm talking about appearances.
Irma, you don't want to get glasses because you love Al and you're afraid you will lose him, right?
Right.
Honey, I've told you a million times, forget Al. There are plenty of fish in the sea.
That's all right for Fridays, but what about the rest of the week?
Oh, Professor, will you talk to her?
Look, girls, I've got an idea that will solve everything.
What?
You go down to the 5 and 10. Buy a pair of cheap glasses. You'll wear them, and when Al comes in and sees you, he'll tell you how nice you look. You throw the cheap glasses away and get fitted with some good ones.
Now, honey, that's practical. What do you say?
Oh, all right, Jane. If you'll go with me.
Sure, I'll go with you.
And, Professor, I won't say toodaloo because I'll be right back. I'll just say bon voyage because it's raining. Gee, Jane, don't you just love the 5 and 10? Everything's so expensive looking.
Now, control yourself, honey. Come on, here's the eyeglass counter. My, what a selection.
Can I help you? Yes, I'd like to get some glasses that my boyfriend would like.
Well, we have glasses to fit every personality. What does your boyfriend do?
You have no business picking on him.
Let me handle it, will you, honey? Miss, she wants the glasses for herself.
Well, how about these? Do you like them?
Well, how do you like them, Jane?
How do you like them?
That's not a fair question. If I could see what the glasses look like, I wouldn't need glasses to see what they look like. See?
Put them on, Irma.
All right.
Why in the world have you got your eyes closed?
I want to see if I can see in the dark.
Oh. Please, honey, come on. We haven't got all day, you know.
All right. Miss, this pair seems fine on me. Here's the money.
Thank you. Do you want a bag for them?
No, thank you. I won't be able to see where I'm going.
Oh, come on, honey. Look, honey, maybe you better run along home. I want to go to the stationery store and pick up a shorthand book so I can take dictation for Mr. Sloan tonight, okay?
All right, Jane, I'll go home. Gee, I'm dying to hear what Al will say when he sees me wearing eyeglasses. Come in.
Hiya, chicken.
Hello, Al. Notice anything?
Yeah, the icebox is open. Who got here before me?
No, Al, I mean something about me.
Oh, that. Chicken, your slip is always showing.
No, I mean on my face.
Huh? Chicken, you're wearing glasses.
Yes, Al, how do you like them?
How do I like them has nothing to do with it. You're not the type for glasses. What are you trying to do, make people think you went to Harvard?
Oh, but Al, lots of people wear glasses.
Well, I know, but that's because they're looking for something. You don't have to look anymore. You already found me.
Al, don't you like the way I look?
Well, that's not the point, chicken. I want to take a little inventory.
Inventory?
Well, sure. When a guy goes with a girl, he likes to think she's perfect. Now I find out about the eyes, it makes me a little cautious. Irma.
What, Al?
Are those your own teeth?
Oh, Al, how could you ask a question like that?
Well, it's a perfectly natural question. Once a dame starts breaking down, she breaks down all over.
Oh, Al, you don't love me anymore.
Well, certainly I do, chicken. I was just making an observation. To me, you're as pretty as ever.
No, I'm breaking down. I can feel it.
Chicken, you're just slipping off the couch. Believe me, you're the same sweet Irma I've always loved.
You're just saying that. I'm a monstrosity.
No, baby, you're as beautiful as ever.
It's no use, Al. Men don't make passes at girls who wear glasses.
That poem ain't true. As long as a girl's got a build, her sofa will be filled.
No, you're just trying to be kind to me, and I won't have it.
Oh, please, chicken, I didn't mean it. I love you. Here, I'll prove it to you. I'll kiss you.
That's no good, Al. My eyes are so bad. How will I know it's you?
Chicken.
No, I don't appeal to you anymore, and I know it. I don't want to ever see you again. Goodbye.
Gee, I hope I didn't hurt her. Chicken.
Oh, hello, Al. Where's Irma?
Oh, in the bedroom.
Something wrong?
Just a typical lover's quarrel. Well, think I'll be running along. Goodbye.
Bye. Irma? Honey? Irma Peterson, where are you going with that bag?
I'm leaving.
Leaving?
Yes, Al saw me in my glasses, and though he tried to be kind, I know what he really thinks.
Oh, honey, it's only your imagination.
Well, I've made up my mind. You'll never see me again. I'm going away forever.
Forever?
Yes, and when I come back, don't ask me where I've been.
And now Susie Swan sings to us. Listen.
My advice, says Susie, you like this brand new kind of lather, so be choosy. Swan gives you beauty lather, rich as cream. Your skin stays soft as any dream, and fresh as dew. I swan, do you? Says Susie.
And ladies, if you make white floating Swan soap your complexion soap, you'll see for yourself that Susie Swan's advice is good advice. Because Swan really does give you a wonderful new kind of beauty lather for your skin. A new kind of lather that's so rich, so creamy, it smooths onto your skin as softly as a caress. A new kind of lather that whisks away dirt, leaves your skin so clean it fairly glows. And Swan is so mild, so gentle, that it pampers your skin while it cleanses. And Swan rinses away so completely, too. Your face doesn't feel drawn and over-soaped when you're through washing it. Instead, it's left smooth and fresh. Another advantage of Swan's wonderful new kind of beauty lather. Another reason to get Swan soap for a new and wonderful kind of complexion care.
Well, Irma has gone away forever. That means she's gone to the movies to sit through a double feature twice. You see, that's Irma's idea of Siberia. Whenever Irma gets mad at Al, she packs her bag and goes to the movies. Frankly, I'm quite accustomed to Irma's little jaunts, but right now I'm considerably upset. What with Mr. Sloan coming tonight to give me dictation, I don't have too much time to get Irma to an eye doctor. Since she's complained of headaches, I really feel it's my duty. Come in.
Oh, Janie, I'm so glad you're home.
Oh, it's you, Mrs. O'Reilly. Is there anything wrong?
Oh, I just came from the movies and I saw Irma. Janie, I've never seen anything so pathetic. There she sat crying like a baby. Crying and eating peanut brittle.
Yeah. Did you speak to her?
I tried to, but she wouldn't let me. She said her heart was breaking and she was having trouble following the plot. Janie, what's wrong?
Oh, it's really nothing too serious, Mrs. O'Reilly. Irma may have to wear glasses, and she's afraid she may lose Al. I just can't get her to go to the eye doctor.
Well, maybe I can help.
How?
I'll show her a picture of my husband and tell her the truth. That if I'd taken care of me eyes and could see well, I never would have married anything that looked like that. Bless his insurance and may he rest in peace.
No, thank you, Mrs. O'Reilly. I'm afraid it'll take something more persuasive than that. Excuse me, come in.
Oh, Jane. Miss O'Reilly?
Oh, I'm glad you're back, Al. I want to have a word with you. What in the world did you tell Irma?
You mean when she had the glasses on?
Mm-hmm.
Well, I'll admit at first I was thrown. But then I told her it didn't make any difference, but she didn't believe me.
Well, you couldn't have been very convincing.
What do you mean? I was even going to tell her they made her look intelligent. How far can a guy go?
Well, if you really cared for her feelings, you would have been more tactful.
Tactful? Look, Jane, I love Irma. You think if I didn't, I'd be breaking my head over getting these big deals every week?
Al, I don't want to hear any more about your deals. I still haven't gotten over your last one. Pumping up pigeons and selling them for turkeys.
Well, I'll admit that wasn't practical, but this one's a natural. Working on a machine gun with a built-in flag and a recording of the Star-Spangled Banner. So when you're holding up a bank, it don't look suspicious because everybody's saluting. Of course, if it's illegal, I'll drop the whole idea.
Well, if you're going to do any dropping, drop into that movie and get Irma back. I want to get her to the eye doctor before Mr. Sloan gets here.
Leave it to me, Jane. I love that girl. I'll get her out of that movie if I have to pay to get in. Be back.
All right.
Well, Jane, if you'll excuse me, I'm going up to Professor Kropotkin's room. I want to do a little mopping.
Mopping? This isn't Wednesday.
I know, but he's behind in his rent, and it's the only way I can get him out from under the bed. See you later.
Hello?
Hello, Jane.
Oh, Richard, I'm so glad you called. You've got to help me.
What's wrong?
I want to get Irma to the eye doctor. I think she needs glasses, but she refuses to wear them because she's afraid she'll lose Al.
Is that something to be afraid of?
Well, Richard, that's beside the point. But what am I going to do?
Well, it's very simple, Jane. You know how Irma looks up to you. Why don't you go down and buy a pair of cheap glasses? Then I'll drop by and rave how wonderful you look.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, I get it. In other words, if I don't lose you wearing glasses, then Irma will know she won't lose Al.
Exactly.
Good. I'll go right out and get the glasses.
Jane? Oh, Al, Jane isn't home yet.
Chicken, will you forget, Jane? I've been trying to tell you all the way home. You're all wrong feeling that way about glasses.
Oh, I don't know, Al.
Can prove it to you, Chicken. The finest people wear glasses. Now, you take them society people. When they go to the opera, what do they wear? Opera glasses, right?
Right.
Yeah. Well, at lawn parties?
I know they all wear lorgnettes.
Check. And take the man of distinction. They all have glasses. One in their hand and one on the table.
Al, I don't know.
Chicken, even the most glamorous movie stars wear glasses.
Name one.
Harold Lloyd.
Oh, hello, honey. Glad to see you back home again. Have you unpacked?
Yes, I didn't like the picture. Oh, Jane, look at you.
What's the matter?
You're wearing glasses.
Oh, yeah. While I was out making an appointment for you with Dr. Davis, he examined my eyes and prescribed glasses.
Oh, I see. Jane, why are you winking your eye at Al?
Oh, was I winking? Oh, that must be the one with the drops in it.
But, Al, why did you wink back at her?
Merely returning the courtesy. Jane, you're not afraid of Richard giving you the air on account of glasses, are you?
Not me. Love my glasses. I think a girl's health comes before everything else.
You're right, Jane. Well, take Sleeping Beauty. Dame was a pip, but they couldn't wake her up for 60 years, so what good was she? You understand, Irma?
Yes, but Richard hasn't seen Jane yet.
Well, I don't think it'll be long. Come in, Richard.
Hello, everybody.
Why, Jane, you look positively radiant. I've never seen you so ravishing. What have you done?
Can't you see? I'm wearing glasses.
Glasses? Darling.
He still loves her.
Didn't I tell you, honey? The proof of the pudding is in the eating.
Well, I'm not hungry. But I think it's wonderful.
Richard, I'm glad you like me in glasses.
Like you. Jane, I have to leave now, but please don't move for a moment. I want to remember you just as you look now. Goodbye.
Gee, I think Richard needs glasses, too. He walked into the closet.
I'm sorry. I guess I was carried away by Jane. I got the wrong door. Goodbye.
Well, now, Irma, you see, I've got glasses on. I didn't care what Richard thought.
Jane, are you sure you're not playing a trick on me? Do you really need glasses?
Why, of course I do. Sure. My eyes are bad. Come in.
Good evening, Miss Stacy.
Oh, hello, Mr. Sloan. Oh, Mr. Sloan, this is my roommate, Irma Peterson, and her boyfriend, Al.
Happy to know you both. I hope you don't mind my coming a little early, Miss Stacy. You see, there's so much work to be done, and... Say, I didn't know you wore glasses, Miss Stacy.
Oh, these? Oh, well, I really don't.
She just got them, Mr. Sloan. Her eyes are very bad.
Bad eyes? Well, this may make a difference.
Oh, it's really nothing. You see,
I'm sorry, Miss Stacy, but if your eyes are tired...
Really, they're not tired.
Oh, no? Mr. Sloan, the only reason they're open is because they're yawning.
Jane, why don't you phone Mr. Sloan later on?
Yes, thanks, Al. I'd like to discuss this further.
No need for discussion. If your eyes are bad, there's no use making them worse for just a few extra dollars. Maybe next year. Goodbye.
Jane, why are you biting your lips?
Because I'm eating my heart out the hard way.
And your eyes, are those tears? Or are they watering?
Watering. They've just gone down for the third time.
Well, your glasses will take care of them.
Yes, they already did. But good.
Jane, I'm convinced if eyeglasses are good enough for you, they're good enough for me. We'll go to the eye doctor's as soon as I wash my face.
Now, take it easy, Jane. It's just one of them tough breaks.
He had a walk-in just when I was putting on an act for Irma. Now, what am I going to do for that extra Christmas money?
Things will turn out, Jane. Besides, you already have a good job. What do you want two for? Working's bad enough, but why make a hobby of it?
Gee, I counted on it so, Al. I guess Irma comes first. If we can get her to the eye doctor by hook or by crook, I guess it was worth it.
Well, I'm ready.
Come on, chicken.
No, Al, as much as I love you, you better take Jane's arm. She's wearing glasses and she may trip.
If I do, it'll be over my own dead body. Come on, let's go.
Come in.
Dr. Davis, this is my roommate, Irma Peterson.
How do you do?
Oh, all right, I guess. I have a pretty good job. How do you do?
I beg your pardon?
Dr. Davis, I would like to have her examined.
But I'm an eye doctor. What she needs...
Never mind. Just please examine her eyes, will you, Doctor? I'll wait outside in the reception room with Al.
All right, Miss Peterson. Right behind this screen. That's it. Now, sit up on this chair. Fine.
Shall I open my mouth and say, ah?
That's not necessary.
Well, I thought you might want to see how the back of my eyes look.
Miss Peterson, if you'll just kindly cover your right eye and read the first and second rows from the chart in front of you.
First and second row? Exult. Unifrist. Gosh, Doctor, where'd you learn how to spell?
Bless my dilated cornea. Miss Peterson, those are not words. Now, please read the letters in the third and fourth row.
All right. E-M-R-L-Z-A-P-O. APO, you've got it all mixed up. It's OPA. Oh, but don't worry about it. It's been repealed. Your sign is out of date.
I'm much obliged. Next line, please.
QLT.
Next line.
RXG.
Thank you.
Made in Rochester by Hackney Screen Company.
You can read that?
Certainly.
Miss Peterson, I've got news for you. If your eyes were any better, they'd be headlights.
Thank you. Goodbye, Doctor.
Good day.
Oh, honey, how'd you come out?
Gee, Jane, the doctor says my eyes are perfect.
Perfect. But you say you've had headaches all week at work.
That's right.
Oh, Irma, this is just driving me crazy. I've lost that extra job on account of you. What could it be?
Well, I don't know, Jane, unless it's because I haven't been eating all week.
Well, of course, that can cause headaches. Why didn't you tell me in the first place, and why haven't you been eating all week?
Al has been buying my lunch.
The other night, Irma was playing some records, and I was just relaxing, when suddenly I noticed that Irma was holding a cake of Swan soap in front of the phonograph. Irma, I said, why on earth are you playing those Frank Sinatra records to that bar of Swan? Irma said,
Jane, you know what Sinatra singing does to the girls. Well, I've never seen a swan swoon before.
Well, no matter what she says, Irma certainly knows the soap for her complexion. White floating Swan soap. Because Swan gives a wonderful new kind of lather. A new kind of lather that's perfect for your skin. Yes, it's perfect because it's so rich and creamy. It cleanses your skin to a glowing radiance. And it's perfect the way it feels against your face, soft as a cloud. And gentle, because Swan is mild as fine Castiles. Swan's new kind of beauty lather is perfect, too, in the way it rinses away. So thoroughly, your skin is left fresh and smooth, not all tight and over-soaped. And ladies, no other soap can give you this wonderful new kind of beauty lather, because no other soap has Swan's exclusive Super Cream blend. So how about making Swan your facial soap? You'll find that Swan's new kind of beauty lather will give you a new and wonderful kind of complexion care.
well, I did some fast talking, and I got that extra job back with Mr. Sloan. And Irma? Well, she's buying her own lunches again. She's perfectly healthy. But she still can't understand why I no longer wear glasses. So I said, you see, Irma, I've been doing eye exercises. And you know, when you exercise, you get stronger. And Irma said,
well, Jane, I've been thinking for years, and it hasn't made any difference.
And you know, you'll find out that's the truth if you ever talk to my friend Irma.
My Friend Irma, presented by Swan, another fine product of Lever Brothers Company, was produced and directed by Cy Howard. Tonight's script was written by Cy Howard and Park Levy. Folks, next Monday evening, tune in an hour earlier over most of these same stations for the Lux Radio Theater. And then stay tuned to listen to
Our Friend Swan
with my friend Irma.
Starring Marie Wilson as Irma and Kathy Lewis as Jane. Hans Conried was Professor Kropotkin. Mary Wilson can soon be seen in the Eagle Lion release, Linda Be Good. Frank Bingman speaking.
Spry with Take Improver. Spry with Take Improver.
Spry means
higher, richer, lighter, finer textured cake. Spry means easy, sure success with every cake you bake.
Spry with Cake Improver. Spry with Cake Improver.
It's S-P-R-Y, Spry, and it's one bowl method for the most delicious cakes ever. For no other type shortening has Spry's marvelous Cake Improver. Try Spry.
Tune in again to My Friend Irma next Monday evening at this same time. This is CBS, the Columbia Broadcasting System. Lever Brothers Company, makers of Swan, the soap that gives you a wonderful new kind of suds, presents
Our Friend Swan.
With My Friend Irma.
Starring Marie Wilson as Irma and Kathy Lewis as Jane.
Friendship, friendship, just the perfect friendship. When other friendships have been forgotten, theirs will still be hot. My friend Irma.
You know, when you live in a teeming metropolis like New York for any length of time, you tend to become blasé. And you develop the feeling that nothing can confuse or bewilder you. Then you run into someone like my friend Irma. And you're a babe in the woods again. Now, don't get me wrong, because I love the girl. It's just that, well, for instance, the other night I noticed Irma putting X-ray pictures in her hope chest. So I said, Irma, why are you putting those X-ray pictures of Al in your hope chest? And Irma said,
Because I read that the way to a man's heart is through his stomach, and I want to see how I'm doing.
Well, that's Irma for you. In fact, she thinks that when a marriage goes on the rocks, it's because the honeymooners went over Niagara Falls in a barrel. Anyway, right now she's holding her forehead. Irma, what's the trouble?
I have a headache.
A headache?
Yes, in my head. I've had it all week, especially at work.
Well, honey, maybe it's your eyes. You probably need glasses.
Oh, Jane, don't say that. I could never wear glasses. Al wouldn't like a girl who wore eyeglasses.
Well, what do you care about Al, just so long as you see better?
Jane, what's the sense of being able to see better if you haven't got a fellow to look at?
Oh, look, sweetie, your health comes first. I don't see how you can worry about losing a man who hasn't worked for 5 years. A man who, when he sees the sign, help wanted, interprets it as measles, keep out.
Oh, Jane, please, don't be so harsh with Al. All men have some weaknesses. Some don't work, some don't dance, some don't swim.
So what?
Well, suppose Al was out in the ocean drowning. What good would it do me to say, there goes my boyfriend, he can't swim, but he has a job? Besides, jobs are scarce.
Oh, sweetie, don't be ridiculous. Jobs aren't scarce. Why, I may be holding down 2 jobs next week.
2 jobs?
Uh-huh. Well, with Christmas coming on, I can use some extra money, so I put in an application for some part-time work. In fact, I'm expecting a call any minute from Mr. Sloan.
Well, that's wonderful, Jane.
Yeah, it's wonderful if I don't have to sit around here worrying about your eyes, honey. Believe me, Irma, I've seen some most attractive women wearing glasses and some handsome men, and they get married, and they live very happily.
Well, it may be all right for others, but not for me. I don't want my children born with glasses.
Oh, sweetie, Hello? Yes, this is Jane Stacy. Oh, hello, Mr. Sloan. What? Oh, of course the extra work won't be a strain on me. I'm in perfect condition. You'll bring the ledgers and the reports over tonight. Fine, thank you, sir. Goodbye, Mr. Sloan. All right, come on, Irma. I'll take you over to Dr. Davis, the eye doctor.
No, Jane, I won't go. I don't want to wear glasses.
Oh, honey, you say you have headaches.
I know. I have cold feet, too. That doesn't mean I have to wear snowshoes.
Honey, this is different. If you don't get glasses, your headaches will get worse. You'll become dizzy. Oh, what am I saying? Irma, please, will you be reasonable?
no, I'm not going to be an old maid all my life. I'd rather see double than remain single.
But, Irma, honey...
No, I won't go.
All right. Stay in the bedroom and be stubborn. Maybe then you'll see things differently. Come in.
It's only me, Professor Kropotkin. Hello, Janie.
Hello, Professor. Sit down, won't you?
Thank you. I hope you don't mind my stopping by for a few minutes. The bats in my room drove me out.
Bats in your room?
Yes. Mrs. O'Reilly came up to collect the rent, and in each hand she was swinging a bat. Tell me, Janie, where is my darling little Irma?
Oh, she's in the bedroom, Professor. I'm awfully worried about her.
Poor Irma. I was afraid someday this would happen. How violent is she?
No, it's her eyes, Professor. I think she has to wear glasses.
Is that all?
She won't even take an examination.
Why not? What is she afraid of? There can't be anything seriously wrong. Believe me, if they examined her whole head, they wouldn't find anything.
No, that's not it, Professor. It's her vanity. You see, she's afraid she'll lose Al.
That's ridiculous. How could she lose him? I guarantee if anybody found him, they'd return him.
You know, I just can't understand this foolish phobia that Irma has against glasses.
Oh, it's a natural thing, Janie. My eyes aren't so good, but I refuse to wear glasses.
Why?
If I saw my room the way it really looks, I think I'd kill myself. Jenny, why don't you try talking to her some more?
Oh, I can't, Professor. She's in the bedroom just crying her heart out. Honestly, I'm just worried sick about her.
Oh, I hate to see a woman crying. You know, a woman only cries for two reasons. Either she is suffering, or she is about to make you suffer. Jenny, let me try to talk to her.
All right, Professor, I'll call her. Irma? Honey, come on out. The professor's here. He wants to talk with you.
Don't bother me, Jane. I want to be alone with my thoughts.
My, a young girl like that should have such gruesome company. Please come out, Irma, darling. I'll cheer you up.
Nothing will cheer me up. I'm doomed.
Doomed? That's ridiculous. Professor, will you please tell her that wearing glasses won't make the least difference?
Certainly, Irma. You should consider yourself lucky. A lot of people have to go to work with bifocals.
Professor, I don't care how they travel. I'm talking about appearances.
Irma, you don't want to get glasses because you love Al and you're afraid you will lose him, right?
Right.
Honey, I've told you a million times, forget Al. There are plenty of fish in the sea.
That's all right for Fridays, but what about the rest of the week?
Oh, Professor, will you talk to her?
Look, girls, I've got an idea that will solve everything.
What?
You go down to the 5 and 10. Buy a pair of cheap glasses. You'll wear them, and when Al comes in and sees you, he'll tell you how nice you look. You throw the cheap glasses away and get fitted with some good ones.
Now, honey, that's practical. What do you say?
Oh, all right, Jane. If you'll go with me.
Sure, I'll go with you.
And, Professor, I won't say toodaloo because I'll be right back. I'll just say bon voyage because it's raining. Gee, Jane, don't you just love the 5 and 10? Everything's so expensive looking.
Now, control yourself, honey. Come on, here's the eyeglass counter. My, what a selection.
Can I help you?
Yes, I'd like to get some glasses that my boyfriend would like.
Well, we have glasses to fit every personality. What does your boyfriend do?
You have no business picking on him.
Let me handle it, will you, honey? Miss, she wants the glasses for herself.
Well, how about these? Do you like them?
Well, how do you like them, Jane?
How do you like them?
That's not a fair question. If I could see what the glasses look like, I wouldn't need glasses to see what they look like. See?
Put 'em on, Irma.
All right.
Why in the world have you got your eyes closed?
I want to see if I can see in the dark.
Oh. Please, honey, come on. We haven't got all day, you know.
All right. Miss, this pair seems fine on me. Here's the money.
Thank you. Do you want a bag for them?
No, thank you. I won't be able to see where I'm going.
Oh, come on, honey. Look, honey, maybe you better run along home. I want to go to the stationery store and pick up a shorthand book so I can take dictation for Mr. Sloan tonight, okay?
All right, Jane, I'll go home. Gee, I'm dying to hear what Al will say when he sees me wearing eyeglasses. Come in.
Hiya, chicken.
Hello, Al. Notice anything?
Yeah, the icebox is open. Who got here before me?
No, Al, I mean something about me.
Oh, that. Chicken, your slip is always showing.
No, I mean on my face.
Huh? Chicken, you're wearing glasses.
Yes, Al, how do you like them?
How do I like them has nothing to do with it. You're not the type for glasses. What are you trying to do, make people think you went to Harvard?
Oh, but Al, lots of people wear glasses.
Well, I know, but that's because they're looking for something. You don't have to look anymore. You already found me.
Al, don't you like the way I look?
Well, that's not the point, chicken. I want to take a little inventory.
Inventory?
Well, sure. When a guy goes with a girl, he likes to think she's perfect. Now I find out about the eyes, it makes me a little cautious. Irma.
What, Al?
Are those your own teeth?
Oh, Al, how could you ask a question like that?
Well, it's a perfectly natural question. Once a dame starts breaking down, she breaks down all over.
Oh, Al, you don't love me anymore.
Well, certainly I do, chicken. I was just making an observation. To me, you're as pretty as ever.
No, I'm breaking down. I can feel it.
Chicken, you're just slipping off the couch. Believe me, you're the same sweet Irma I've always loved.
You're just saying that. I'm a monstrosity.
No, baby, you're as beautiful as ever.
It's no use, Al. Men don't make passes at girls who wear glasses.
That poem ain't true. As long as a girl's got a build, her sofa will be filled.
No, you're just trying to be kind to me, and I won't have it.
Oh, please, chicken, I didn't mean it. I love you. Here, I'll prove it to you. I'll kiss you.
That's no good, Al. My eyes are so bad. How will I know it's you?
Chicken.
No, I don't appeal to you anymore, and I know it. I don't want to ever see you again. Goodbye.
Gee, I hope I didn't hurt her. Chicken.
Oh, hello, Al. Where's Irma?
Oh, in the bedroom.
Something wrong?
Just a typical lover's quarrel. Well, think I'll be running along. Goodbye.
Bye. Irma? Honey? Irma Peterson, where are you going with that bag?
I'm leaving.
Leaving?
Yes, Al saw me in my glasses, and though he tried to be kind, I know what he really thinks.
Oh, honey, it's only your imagination.
Well, I've made up my mind. You'll never see me again. I'm going away forever.
Forever?
Yes, and when I come back, don't ask me where I've been.
And now Susie Swan sings to us. Listen.
My advice, says Susie, you like this brand new kind of lather, so be choosy. Swan gives you beauty lather, rich as cream. Your skin stays soft as any dream, and fresh as dew. I swan, do you? Says Susie.
And ladies, if you make white floating Swan soap your complexion soap, you'll see for yourself that Susie Swan's advice is good advice. Because Swan really does give you a wonderful new kind of beauty lather for your skin. A new kind of lather that's so rich, so creamy, it smooths onto your skin as softly as a caress. A new kind of lather that whisks away dirt, leaves your skin so clean it fairly glows. And Swan is so mild, so gentle, that it pampers your skin while it cleanses. And Swan rinses away so completely, too. Your face doesn't feel drawn and over-soaped when you're through washing it. Instead, it's left smooth and fresh. Another advantage of Swan's wonderful new kind of beauty lather. Another reason to get Swan soap for a new and wonderful kind of complexion care.
Well, Irma has gone away forever. That means she's gone to the movies to sit through a double feature twice. You see, that's Irma's idea of Siberia. Whenever Irma gets mad at Al, she packs her bag and goes to the movies. Frankly, I'm quite accustomed to Irma's little jaunts, but right now I'm considerably upset. What with Mr. Sloan coming tonight to give me dictation, I don't have too much time to get Irma to an eye doctor. Since she's complained of headaches, I really feel it's my duty. Come in.
Oh, Janie, I'm so glad you're home.
Oh, it's you, Mrs. O'Reilly. Is there anything wrong?
Oh, I just came from the movies and I saw Irma. Janie, I've never seen anything so pathetic. There she sat crying like a baby. Crying and eating peanut brittle.
Yeah. Did you speak to her?
I tried to, but she wouldn't let me. She said her heart was breaking and she was having trouble following the plot. Janie, what's wrong?
Oh, it's really nothing too serious, Mrs. O'Reilly. Irma may have to wear glasses, and she's afraid she may lose Al. I just can't get her to go to the eye doctor.
Well, maybe I can help.
How?
I'll show her a picture of my husband and tell her the truth. That if I'd taken care of me eyes and could see well, I never would have married anything that looked like that. Bless his insurance and may he rest in peace.
No, thank you, Mrs. O'Reilly. I'm afraid it'll take something more persuasive than that. Excuse me, come in.
Oh, Jane. Miss O'Reilly?
Oh, I'm glad you're back, Al. I want to have a word with you. What in the world did you tell Irma?
You mean when she had the glasses on?
Mm-hmm.
Well, I'll admit at first I was thrown. But then I told her it didn't make any difference, but she didn't believe me.
Well, you couldn't have been very convincing.
What do you mean? I was even going to tell her they made her look intelligent. How far can a guy go?
Well, if you really cared for her feelings, you would have been more tactful.
Tactful? Look, Jane, I love Irma. You think if I didn't, I'd be breaking my head over getting these big deals every week?
Al, I don't want to hear any more about your deals. I still haven't gotten over your last one. Pumping up pigeons and selling them for turkey.
Well, I'll admit that wasn't practical, but this one's a natural. Working on a machine gun with a built-in flag and a recording of the Star-Spangled Banner. So when you're holding up a bank, it don't look suspicious because everybody's saluting. Of course, if it's illegal, I'll drop the whole idea.
Well, if you're going to do any dropping, drop into that movie and get Irma back. I want to get her to the eye doctor before Mr. Sloan gets here.
Leave it to me, Jane. I love that girl. I'll get her out of that movie if I have to pay to get in. Be back.
All right.
Well, Janie, if you'll excuse me, I'm going up to Professor Kropotkin's room. I want to do a little mopping.
Mopping? This isn't Wednesday.
I know, but he's behind in his rent, and it's the only way I can get him out from under the bed. See you later.
Hello?
Hello, Jane.
Oh, Richard, I'm so glad you called. You've got to help me.
What's wrong?
I want to get Irma to the eye doctor. I think she needs glasses, but she refuses to wear them because she's afraid she'll lose Al.
Is that something to be afraid of?
Well, Richard, that's beside the point. But what am I going to do?
Well, it's very simple, Jane. You know how Irma looks up to you. Why don't you go down and buy a pair of cheap glasses? Then I'll drop by and rave how wonderful you look.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, I get it. In other words, if I don't lose you wearing glasses, then Irma will know she won't lose Al.
Exactly.
Good. I'll go right out and get the glasses.
Jane! Oh, Al, Jane isn't home yet.
Chicken, will you forget, Jane? I've been trying to tell you all the way home. You're all wrong feeling that way about glasses.
Oh, I don't know, Al.
Can prove it to you, Chicken. The finest people wear glasses. Now, you take them society people. When they go to the opera, what do they wear? Opera glasses, right?
Right.
Yeah. Well, at lawn parties?
I know they all wear lorgnettes.
Check. And take the man of distinction. They all have glasses. One in their hand and one on the table.
Al, I don't know.
Chicken, even the most glamorous movie stars wear glasses.
Name one.
Harold Lloyd.
Oh, hello, honey. Glad to see you back home again. Have you unpacked?
Yes, I didn't like the picture. Oh, Jane, look at you.
What's the matter?
You're wearing glasses.
Oh, yeah. While I was out making an appointment for you with Dr. Davis, he examined my eyes and prescribed glasses.
Oh, I see. Jane, why are you winking your eye at Al?
Oh, was I winking? Oh, that must be the one with the drops in it.
But, Al, why did you wink back at her?
Merely returning the courtesy. Jane, you're not afraid of Richard giving you the air on account of glasses, are you?
Not me. Love my glasses. I think a girl's health comes before everything else.
You're right, Jane. Well, take Sleeping Beauty. Dame was a pip, but they couldn't wake her up for 60 years, so what good was she? You understand, Irma?
Yes, but Richard hasn't seen Jane yet.
Well, I don't think it'll be long. Come in, Richard.
Hello, everybody.
Why, Jane, you look positively radiant. I've never seen you so ravishing. What have you done?
Can't you see? I'm wearing glasses.
Glasses? Darling.
He still loves her.
Didn't I tell you, honey? The proof of the pudding is in the eating.
Well, I'm not hungry. But I think it's wonderful.
Richard, I'm glad you like me in glasses.
Like you? Jane, I have to leave now, but please don't move for a moment. I want to remember you just as you look now. Goodbye.
Gee, I think Richard needs glasses, too. He walked into the closet.
I'm sorry. I guess I was carried away by Jane. I got the wrong door. Goodbye.
Well, now, Irma, you see, I've got glasses on. I didn't care what Richard thought.
Jane, are you sure you're not playing a trick on me? Do you really need glasses?
Why, of course I do. Sure. My eyes are bad. Come in.
Good evening, Miss Stacy.
Oh, hello, Mr. Sloan. Oh, Mr. Sloan, this is my roommate, Irma Peterson, and her boyfriend, Al.
Happy to know you both. I hope you don't mind my coming a little early, Miss Stacy. You see, there's so much work to be done, and... Say, I didn't know you wore glasses, Miss Stacy.
Oh, these? Oh, well, I really don't.
She just got them, Mr. Sloan. Her eyes are very bad.
Bad eyes? Well, this may make a difference.
Oh, it's really nothing. You see,
I'm sorry, Miss Stacy, but if your eyes are tired...
Really, they're not tired.
Oh, no? Mr. Sloan, the only reason they're open is because they're yawning.
Jane, why don't you phone Mr. Sloan later on?
Yes, thanks, Al. I'd like to discuss this further.
No need for discussion. If your eyes are bad, there's no use making them worse for just a few extra dollars. Maybe next year. Goodbye.
Jane, why are you biting your lips?
Because I'm eating my heart out the hard way.
And your eyes, are those tears? Or are they watering?
Watering. They've just gone down for the third time.
Well, your glasses will take care of them.
Yes, they already did. But good.
Jane, I'm convinced if eyeglasses are good enough for you, they're good enough for me. We'll go to the eye doctor's as soon as I wash my face.
Now, take it easy, Jane. It's just one of them tough breaks.
He had a walk-in just when I was putting on an act for Irma. Now, what am I going to do for that extra Christmas money?
Things will turn out, Jane. Besides, you already have a good job. What do you want two for? Working's bad enough, but why make a hobby of it?
Gee, I counted on it so, Al. I guess Irma comes first. If we can get her to the eye doctor by hook or by crook, I guess it was worth it.
Well, I'm ready.
Come on, chicken.
No, Al, as much as I love you, you better take Jane's arm. She's wearing glasses and she may trip.
If I do, it'll be over my own dead body. Come on, let's go.
Come in.
Dr. Davis, this is my roommate, Irma Peterson.
How do you do?
Oh, all right, I guess. I have a pretty good job. How do you do?
I beg your pardon?
Dr. Davis, I would like to have her examined.
But I'm an eye doctor. What she needs...
Never mind. Just please examine her eyes, will you, Doctor? I'll wait outside in the reception room with Al.
All right, Miss Peterson. Right behind this screen. That's it. Now, sit up on this chair. Fine.
Shall I open my mouth and say, ah?
That's not necessary.
Well, I thought you might want to see how the back of my eyes look.
Miss Peterson, if you'll just kindly cover your right eye and read the first and second rows from the chart in front of you.
First and second row? Exult. Unifrist. Gosh, Doctor, where'd you learn how to spell?
Bless my dilated cornea. Miss Peterson, Those are not words. Now, please read the letters in the third and fourth row.
All right. E-M-R-L-Z-A-P-O. APO, you've got it all mixed up. It's OPA. Oh, but don't worry about it. It's been repealed. Your sign is out of date.
I'm much obliged. Next line, please.
QLT.
Next line.
RXG.
Thank you.
Made in Rochester by Hackney Screen Company.
You can read that?
Certainly.
Miss Peterson, I've got news for you. If your eyes were any better, they'd be headlights.
Thank you. Goodbye, Doctor.
Good day.
Oh, honey, how'd you come out?
Gee, Jane, the doctor says my eyes are perfect.
Perfect. But you say you've had headaches all week at work.
That's right.
Oh, Irma, this is just driving me crazy. I've lost that extra job on account of you. What could it be?
Well, I don't know, Jane, unless it's because I haven't been eating all week.
Well, of course, that can cause headaches. Why didn't you tell me in the first place, and why haven't you been eating all week?
Al has been buying my lunch.
The other night, Irma was playing some records, and I was just relaxing, when suddenly I noticed that Irma was holding a cake of Swan soap in front of the phonograph. Irma, I said, why on earth are you playing those Frank Sinatra records to that bar of Swan? Irma said,
Jane, you know what Sinatra singing does to the girls. Well, I've never seen a swan swoon before.
Well, no matter what she says, Irma certainly knows the soap for her complexion. White floating Swan soap. Because Swan gives a wonderful new kind of lather. A new kind of lather that's perfect for your skin. Yes, it's perfect because it's so rich and creamy. It cleanses your skin to a glowing radiance. And it's perfect the way it feels against your face, soft as a cloud. And gentle, because Swan is mild as fine Castiles. Swan's new kind of beauty lather is perfect, too, in the way it rinses away. So thoroughly, your skin is left fresh and smooth, not all tight and over-soaped. And ladies, no other soap can give you this wonderful new kind of beauty lather, because no other soap has Swan's exclusive Super Cream blend. So how about making Swan your facial soap? You'll find that Swan's new kind of beauty lather will give you a new and wonderful kind of complexion care.
well, I did some fast talking, and I got that extra job back with Mr. Sloan. And Irma? Well, she's buying her own lunches again. She's perfectly healthy. But she still can't understand why I no longer wear glasses. So I said, you see, Irma, I've been doing eye exercises. And you know, when you exercise, you get stronger. And Irma said,
well, Jane, I've been thinking for years, and it hasn't made any difference.
And you know, you'll find out that's the truth if you ever talk to my friend Irma.
My Friend Irma, presented by Swan, another fine product of Lever Brothers Company, was produced and directed by Cy Howard. Tonight's script was written by Cy Howard and Park Levy. Folks, next Monday evening, tune in an hour earlier over most of these same stations for the Lux Radio Theater. And then stay tuned to listen to
Our Friend Swan
with my friend Irma.
Starring Marie Wilson as Irma and Kathy Lewis as Jane. Hans Conried was Professor Kropotkin. Mary Wilson can soon be seen in the Eagle Lion release, Linda Be Good. Frank Bingman speaking.
Spry with Cake Improver. Spry with Cake Improver.
Spry means higher, richer, lighter, finer textured cake. Spry means easy, sure success with every cake you bake.
Spry with Cake Improver. Spry with Cake Improver.
It's S-P-R-Y, Spry, and it's one bowl method for the most delicious cakes ever. For no other type shortening has Spry's marvelous cake improver. Try Spry.
Tune in again to My Friend Irma next Monday evening at this same time. This is CBS, the Columbia Broadcasting System.
Pabst Blue Ribbon, finest beer served anywhere, proudly presents The Life of Riley, starring William Bendix as Riley. Friday afternoon usually finds Chester A. Riley a happy man indeed. And why not? His week's work is done. There's a holiday tomorrow. But best of all, his pockets are filled with the fruits of his labor. $59.20. Little wonder, then, that our hero is whistling a gay song as he strolls jauntily down the street, homeward bound.
Pardon me, mister.
Oh, yeah?
Could you let me have a dime for a cup of coffee?
Oh, yeah, sure.
Oh, thanks, mister. You're the first decent guy I met today. Everybody else says, beat it, you bum, or I'll call a cop.
Glad to help you out, pal. After all, we can't all be lucky.
Hey, Riley.
Oh, do I know you?
Jenkins, the Aorta Finance Company.
Oh, yeah.
The company with a heart.
I was just coming around to see you. Here's the 10 you loaned me.
Thanks. And $5 interest.
$5 for 1 week?
Well, you see, the interest compounded.
Oh, all right. I'll pay you. Here, but this is the last time I'll do business with you loan sharks. You get a guy by the throat and you never let go. I'm through with you forever.
Okay. So long, Riley.
So long. See you next week.
Just a minute there, Riley.
Do I know you?
Riley, you've been buying your meat from me for 8 years.
Oh, well, I didn't recognize you.
You're about to spill here, 1680.
1680.
Over a month.
Oh, okay. I'll settle tomorrow when I get paid. While I'm here, give me a couple of pounds of steak.
Not an ounce till you pay up.
Oh, all right. Here's your money.
Thank you, Mr. Riley. Now, if you'll come inside, I got a nice steak.
Never mind the steak. Give me a couple of oxtails, long ones.
Hey, Riley. Wait a minute, Riley.
Oh, it's you.
What's the matter? Too proud to talk to your poor landlord, huh? Here's a cigar for my favorite tenant.
What are you so happy about? Did they decontrol rents already?
Oh, is that a nice thing to say? Why do all my tenants hate me? After all, I've got to live, too.
Why?
Now, look, Riley. I try to be friendly, but if that's going to be your attitude, pay up the rent you owe.
It ain't due till next month.
This is last month. You owe a balance of $30, and if you don't pay...
All right. Here. All I got is 10, 20, 25, 29, 50, 60 cents. 29.60, and that's my last cent.
Remember, Riley, next month...
All right. You'll get it. The way you guys hound me, sometimes I feel like going home and hanging myself from the chandelier.
You better not. I just plastered that ceiling.
Leeches, that's what they are, leeches. I get paid 5 o'clock, 6 o'clock, I'm cleaned out.
Pardon me, mister. Could you let me have a little something for a cup of coffee?
Oh, it's you again. Give me back my time.
Beat it, you bum, before I call a
cop. Oh, hello, dear.
Hello, Peg.
Did you get your pay today?
Give me a chance to get in the house. My back pocket's still on the porch, and that's where my pay envelope is.
Well, my goodness, don't get so excited.
Well, you don't have to nag me. You always get it. Here. And consider yourself lucky. It ain't every husband hands his wife the pay envelope the minute he steps into the house.
Oh, I'm sorry, dear. I really didn't mean... It's empty.
Well, don't look at me like that. I didn't gamble it away.
Where's the money?
I started paying off bills the minute I stepped out of the plant. They're all waiting for me like a bunch of vultures. The landlord, the butcher, the loan shark, and even a conniving bum swindled me out of my last dime.
You mean to say you're broke?
Well, not exactly. I forced that bum to give me back a nickel.
Oh, Riley, what'll we do? We owe the gas company, the light bill's overdue. We got our final notice from the phone company. They're going to disconnect the phone.
Good. Then the grocer won't be able to phone us. We'll just have to borrow.
Oh, every week it's the same thing. We'll never get out of debt.
We'll just have to cut down somewhere.
Where?
You'll have to stop spending so much on personal luxuries.
Well, you're a fine one to talk. I haven't bought myself anything in over a year.
Well, don't look at me. I haven't bought you anything either.
Hello, Daddy.
Hi, Mom.
Hey, today's payday. Give me Daddy, please.
You owe me 3 weeks' allowance, Pop. 2 more vultures. Gimme. That's all those kids know. Well, you promised you'd pay me what you owed. Listen, it's time you kids realized I'm a guy who has to work for a living. I ain't a millionaire. I just can't go over to a bank and help myself.
You help yourself to my bank. You took $3 last week.
You'll get back every cent I ever took out of your piggy bank with interest.
You're always saying that.
Yeah, and I mean it, too. Here. There, now, are you satisfied?
It's only a nickel.
That's the interest. No wonder we're always broke. Your children act like their old man is Rockefeller.
Oh, don't blame the kid.
Well, then who's to blame? Me, I suppose. That's right. I'm a failure. I'm no good. I can't support my family.
Oh, stop it. You're not a failure.
I am so. 10 years I worked for that Stevenson. What have I got to show for it? Well, I ain't going to go on like this. I'm going to make that Stevenson give me a raise.
Well, you've asked for raises before and nothing happened.
Yeah, well, he'll come across this time. I'm going to trick him, bluff him. I'll tell him I got a job for more dough at Consolidated, and he better match their offer or else. Look, boss, I've been with you 10 years.
Look, Riley, if it's about a raise...
Oh, no, nothing like that. I'd like your advice on a personal matter.
Oh, certainly, Riley. What's the problem?
Well, the fact is, I got an offer of a job at Consolidated.
Oh, you did?
It pays 10 a week more.
10, huh?
Yeah, I hate leaving you after all these years, but of course, if you could match their offer.
10, huh? That's a lot of money.
Yeah, sure is.
I never expected anything like this.
Well, hey, might as well call up the cashier and give him the bad news, huh, boss?
Well, you leave me no alternative.
Yes, Mr. Stevenson?
Miss Friedman, notify the cashier that Riley is leaving today.
Oh, thanks, boss. I knew that you... Wait a minute. No, you're not letting me go.
Riley, I wouldn't dream of standing in your way.
Yeah, but, boss, I thought...
$10 raise is a lot of money.
Well, I don't care about money. I'll stay with you for 5 more.
Riley, I appreciate it.
3?
This is a big opportunity.
I'll stay for the old salary.
Riley.
I'll take a cut.
You've got to think of your family.
You know, I love you more, boss. Let me work for you. I don't care about money. No, please, Mr. Stevens. Listen to me. Take me back. I'll take anything.
Drop in and see me.
Yeah, but good night, Riley. Goodbye. But listen, Mr. Stevens. Oh, what a revolting development this is.
You didn't. You're joking. What? You must be joking.
Yeah, sure. Pop's always kidding.
I wish I was joking.
You gave up a perfectly good job.
But, Daddy, you said he'd never let you go.
I told you how it happened.
How could you do such a thing?
Can I help it if Stevenson's too stupid to let me bluff him?
Well, first thing tomorrow, you're going back to him.
No, I can't do that, never.
You got to, Daddy.
He'll never take me back if he finds out I tricked him. Besides, I'll look like a fool.
Well, how we live. It was tough enough when you were getting a paycheck every week.
Well, we'll manage. I'll get a job.
But that may take months.
Well, there's unemployment insurance.
How can we live on that?
I'll borrow.
Who'll lend
Well,
you?
then I'll steal. I'll rob a bank. I'll put on a Halloween mask and clean out drinks. I only hope they catch me. I'll tell them you drove me to it. I'm only out of work one day, and instead of encouraging me, you keep nagging at me.
Oh, no.
The only reason I got in this jam is because I wanted to make things easier for you and the kids.
No, I'm sorry, dear. I didn't mean to nag, but it's just that I'm worried.
Well, we'll manage.
Of course we will. You'll get another job. And in the meantime, I'll go to work.
Now, wait a minute, Peg.
I have an idea where I can get a job.
Now, just a minute.
And I can work part-time.
Now, just a minute.
So can I.
Now, just a minute. No wife of mine is going to work to support me and neither of my kids.
But just for a while,
Till you get a job.
Not for a single day.
But we're broke. Would you rather starve?
Yes. starvation I can stand, but I couldn't stand to lose my self-respect. I'd rather starve first.
But Riley...
We'll talk about it after supper. Right now I'm so hungry I'm ready to pass out.
And now back to The Life of Riley, starring William Bendix as Riley with Paula Winslow and John Brown. Having lost his job after 10 years, we find a weary, despondent Riley still pounding the pavement in search of employment.
Hey there, Riley. No, hi, Gilbert. I was just over to your house. I was out all day looking for a job.
Oh. Any luck, pal?
Things are getting tough.
You sure was a jerk to give up a good job.
All right. I don't want to hear about it. I heard enough from pegging the kids. Well, so long. I'm going to need supper.
Oh, your wife ain't home.
She ain't. How do you know?
I was just in there looking for you. The kids ain't home either.
Oh, well, maybe they're in the backyard.
Nope. I looked there.
Nobody. Well, it's supper time. Maybe Peg left something in the icebox for me.
No, she didn't. I looked in there, too.
Well, that's fine. I walked my feet off all day looking for work. I come home, nobody's there. They probably went to a movie. A fat lot they care if we're broke. Don't even leave me a bite to eat in the place.
Hey, wait a minute. I'm eating out tonight. Come on, I'll treat you to a meal.
Oh, gee, thanks, Gillis. You're a real pal. I'm broke.
Yeah, there's a nice little place open up on Crenshaw. Let's go.
Okay.
Nice joint, huh, Riley?
Yeah, it's very classy.
Your waitresses, huh?
Yeah, I like that blonde one there. Hey, get a load of that red-headed one.
Yeah, I go for the one over there.
Yeah, well, which one's that?
The blue uniform. She's got her back to us. Cute little figure, huh?
That seems better.
Oh, that's for me.
From this angle, they all look good. Well, wait till she turns around. Well, watch, huh? Oh, waitress.
I'll be right with you, sir.
Yeah, you see what you do. Hey!
Riley.
What are you doing here?
Well, I work here. I started this morning. Didn't Babs tell you?
Nobody told me nobody was home.
I told the kids.
Never mind that now. You put down that tray.
Now, look.
And get out of that ridiculous uniform. You ought to be ashamed of yourself, a woman your age wearing a tight dress like that.
People are staring.
Yes, I'll bet they are. And no wife of mine is going to work in a joint where every evil-minded wolf in the neighborhood can come in and make cracks about her figure. Are you coming?
We'll discuss this at home, sir.
Now, look here, Peg, you...
For Pete's sake, Riley, let's eat first. You'll talk about it after. I'll have the pot roast, Peg.
Okay. And you, sir?
I'll have the hamburger. But I want it rare, not burnt like you make it at home.
Hey, the food's pretty good here. What's the matter, Riley? You didn't eat nothing.
How can I eat? How would you feel if your wife went to work to support you?
I've been trying to get her to do it for years. She's too smart for me.
Well, I ain't made that way. My wife ain't going to work. I'll make her quit.
Supposing she won't.
Well, I'll get her fired. That's what I'll do.
Don't be dumb.
That's what I'll do.
Don't be dumb, Riley.
Look, Gillis, this is my business. You stay out of it.
Okay. Don't be so touchy.
Would you care for more coffee, gentlemen?
No, thanks. Just a check, sweetheart.
Who are you calling sweetheart?
Don't get excited. I talk that way to all the waitresses.
Here's your check.
Is this the kind of a job for a respectable married woman where every jerk can call you sweetheart?
Riley, please.
Just a minute. Who's that jerk?
Look, Gillis, I told you, stay out of this and keep your big mouth shut.
What? I don't have to sit here and take this. Give me my check.
Here you are. There.
Fine.
Now, look, Peg. I'm asking you for the last time. Are you giving up this job?
Oh, Riley, we've got to be practical.
I told you I won't take money from a woman. Are you coming home? Yes or no?
No.
Okay. Then I'll get you fired. Manager? Well, where's the manager?
Riley, stop it. You're making a fool of yourself.
Where's the manager?
What's the trouble, sir?
Are you the manager? Well, I want to make a complaint about this here waitress. This is the worst service I've ever had.
Oh, I'm sorry, sir, but you see, she's new on the job.
That's no excuse.
The girl just started today.
Girl, she's got a daughter, 17. If you want my business in the future, you better fire her.
Oh, well, come now. You wouldn't want me to do that to her? She's probably got a large family to support.
Yeah, well, let her husband go to work. I mean... I want that girl fired. If you don't fire her, I'm going to the head office.
Oh, well, you don't have to do that, sir. She'll go, of course.
Oh, Mr. Jenkins...
I'm not interested in your excuses, Mrs. Riley. Report to the cashier at once.
Oh, well, that's more like it.
Would you like more coffee, sir?
No, thanks. Just the check.
The gentleman's check.
It's on the table.
Oh, yeah. Well, let me see. It's $1, huh?
I'll take your money, sir. Save you the trouble of going to the cashier.
Oh, I have it right here.
You can go, Mrs. Riley.
No, wait a minute, Peg. Don't go.
What's the matter?
Oh, well, you see, I left my wallet at home.
Well, you've got your nerve, you cheap bum, coming in here without a cent in your pocket, chiseling a meal and insulting one of my best waitresses. I'm calling the police. Watch him, Mrs. Riley. See that he doesn't get away.
Peg, let me have $1 quick.
Chester Riley.
You're a beast. Peg, he's calling the cops.
Let him. I hope they give you 6 months.
Peg. You want your father to go to jail?
It's what you deserve.
Oh, please, Peg, give me $1.
Oh, I thought you said you don't take money from a woman.
Well, I'll never say it again. Please, Peg. Give me the $1. I'll let you support me the rest of my life.
If it weren't for the kids, Oh, here's your $1.
Thanks, Dumpling. Give me another nickel.
What for? The check's only $1.
Well, I'm no cheapskate. I always leave a tip. What a mess. I must have walked miles today. There's just no jobs. Oh, there's Digger Odell's place. I think I'll drop in there for a while. Where's his bell? Oh, here.
Yes. Oh, it's you, Riley. What brings you to Digby Odell, the friendly undertaker?
Just passing by, Digger. Can I come in and sit down a bit? I'm dead.
You are. In that case, come in and lie down.
Oh, thanks, Digger.
Stretch out. Make yourself comfortable. You'll find this couch very relaxing.
Oh, this feels good.
Here, put this pillow under your head.
Oh, yeah, thanks, Digger.
Close your eyes. Fold your hand.
Oh, this feels fine.
You look fine. Very natural.
I like to drop in here, Digger. It's always so nice and peaceful. I feel like I left all my troubles behind me.
That's true of all my visitors. But they never stay very long.
I'm out of a job, Digger, and Peg's working as a waitress. And, she's sore because I tried to get her fired. Won't even talk to me. Not a word. Digger, you have no idea what it feels like when you talk to a person and they don't answer you.
I have no idea. If you'll pardon the expression, you should live so long.
Digger, I gotta get a job. Maybe you know of an opening.
As a matter of fact, I do. But I don't think you'd like to fill it.
But I'm desperate.
You're not that desperate. It's out of town.
Oh, well, yeah, I guess I'm licked.
Oh, Riley, why don't you ask your boss to give you your job back?
Yeah, I guess I'll have to. They got me over a barrel.
Yes, that's true, but it could be worse. We have a saying in our profession. I quote, "Though your ship of dreams has foundered and crashed upon the rocks, though you may be over a barrel, give thanks you're not in a box."
Oh, you sure cheered me up, Digger.
Bully. Well, now I'd better be shoveling off.
yet?
Not yet. Say, Mom, the phone is disconnected.
Well, I know, but I paid the bill during my lunch hour. They're sending a man over to connect it.
Not so loud. Mr. Stevenson's in the living room.
Mr. Stevenson?
Yeah, he wants to see Pop.
Well, what about?
I don't know.
Oh, well, I better find out. Well, hello, Mr. Stevenson.
Hello, Mrs. Riley. Where's that husband of yours?
Oh, he should be home any minute. What is it you wanted to see him about?
Well, I want him to come back. I've just got to have him back in the plant.
Well, why did you let him leave in the first place if he's that valuable?
Valuable? Who said he was valuable? Just that I was crazy enough to put him in charge of the tool room last week, and now nobody can find anything without him. He's filed everything away in the wrong boxes. He's got the crowbars under K, the wrenches under R. He's got the bolts where the rivets should be, the rivets where the nuts should be. We can't find a nut without that nut. Your husband.
Oh, well, I'm sure that Riley'd be very happy. Oh, in here, Riley.
Oh, Peg, listen, I decided to... Mr. Stevenson.
Hello, Riley.
Dear, Mr. Stevenson wants you to come back.
He does? He really does?
Yes, Riley.
Isn't that wonderful?
Well, I don't know now.
Now, Riley.
What do you mean you don't know?
Well, I'm doing pretty good over at Consolidated.
Riley.
All right, so they gave you $10 more. But they're liable to fire you any day when they get to know you. With me, you have a job for life. Why, Riley, you're part of the organization.
That's true, Riley. You better go back.
Well, I don't know. $10 is a lot of money these days.
Now, Riley, don't you try to... Oh, all right, I'll give you $10 more.
Oh, thank you, Mr. Stevenson. Isn't that wonderful, Riley?
Well, I don't know.
I'm giving you the raise. What more do you want?
Well, it's only fair that I should let Consolidated know. I'll phone them up, huh?
Riley, hang up that phone.
Now, look, Riley, I'm willing to pay you what you're getting. That's fair enough, isn't it?
Riley, hang up.
Hello? Chief? Riley talking. I'm glad I caught you in the office. I got bad news for you, Chief. Yeah, afraid I'll be leaving you. Well, Stevenson's willing to match your offer. What's that? You're willing to give me 5 more a week?
This is blackmail. I won't do it. You can stay where you are. I will not take... all right. I'll give you the extra 5.
Sorry, Chief, but I've got to go back to Stevenson. That money ain't everything, you know. Loyalty counts for something, too. Goodbye. Okay, boss, I'm glad to be back in the organization.
Hey, Pop, there's a man here. I'm from the phone company. I'm here to connect the phone.
Phone? There must be some mistake. The phone's okay.
Oh, it's been disconnected all day.
Oh, it has it?
But it can't be. I just spoke to a guy at Consolidated over in Burbank.
If you did, you must have a great pair of lungs.
It's only fair to let Consolidated know, all right?
Now, look, Mr. Stevenson,
You're afraid you'll be leaving.
Well, you see, boss,
You report for work tomorrow morning at 9 o'clock. Not for $75, not for $70, but for $59.20, your old salary. And consider yourself lucky.
Yes, sir. Yes, boss, very lucky.
Goodbye.
Goodbye, boss. Well, why don't you say it? Go ahead, call me an idiot. Say it.
Chester Riley. You? Oh, what's the use? I've said it 1,000 times. What am I going to do with you?
You ought to haul off and let me have it. I deserve it. Go on, hit me. Go on, I won't hit you back. Go on, let me have it.
All right. Here.
You kissed me. You kissed me. Oh, Peg, you're a bigger idiot than I am.
Peg. Oh, what's the matter?
Plenty. I just found out why we never have any money.
And why is that?
Because the government has been chipping me for the last 10 years.
What are you talking about?
I've been paying taxes every year for 10 years.
Well, of course you pay taxes.
Yeah, but I was talking to a guy at the plant. You know him, Gene Waldeck. He makes the same dough I do, and he never pays a cent in taxes.
Yes, but he's got 9 children, and he's entitled to a deduction for each one. So naturally he doesn't have to pay. We've only got 2 kids.
You mean the more kids? Now she tells me.
Pabst Blue Ribbon invites you to join us again next week to hear The Life of Riley, starring William Bendix as Riley. The Life of Riley is produced by Irving Brecker by arrangement with Universal International Pictures, now releasing Francis, starring Donald O'Connor and Patricia Medina. Tonight's script is by Alan Lipskett and Reuben Schiff. Music by Lou Kozloff. Mrs. Riley is Paula Winslow, Digger Odell is John Brown, Babs is Barbara Eiler, Jr. is Bobby Ellis, Alan Reed is Mr. Stevenson. Others in the cast were Sid Tomac and Stanley Waxman. Consult your local paper for the correct time of The Life of Riley show on television over NBC. The Life of Riley is brought to you by the Pabst Brewing Company of Milwaukee, Wisconsin, Newark, New Jersey, and Peoria, Illinois, and sent your way with the best wishes of Pabst Blue Ribbon dealers from coast to coast. Jimmy Wallington, C.